precipitation later on in rain, sleet, or even snow. And the Patriots have won the toss. Will receive, and John Kelcher gets this game underway. And deep is Elgin Davis for the New England Patriots. And Davis finds an opening, and Davis to the 40-yard line and gets to midfield. Russell Gary prevented a touchdown after Elgin Davis runs 44 yards, a rookie from Central Florida.
Well, when this is the thing that you want to have happen to your football team, so many times the special teams are overlooked. Coaches said, yeah, the most important part of our football team is our our offense, our defense, and our special teams. But as you can see here, outstanding return, putting the Patriots in good position at the 50-yard line.
Good start for New England. Tom Ramsey is the quarterback, and Irving Fryer goes in motion. They put a charge in this crowd, and carrying his motion to Tupu. And Tupu drives his way into Eagle territory to the 44-yard line, where Ken Clark makes the tackle. And the Philadelphia defense, Buddy Ryan's defense, Reggie White, Ken Clark, Mike Pitts, and Clyde Simmons. Pitts is starting in place of Jerome Brown. Seth Joyner, Mike Reichenbach, and Gary Cobb are the linebackers. Roynell Young and Elbert Fowles are the cornerbacks, and Andre Waters and Terry Hogue the safeties. 2nd down and 4 for Tom Ramsey, coming off his first NFL start, and 3 wide receivers in for New England. Ramsey chased, and Ramsey goes down, and it's Mike Pitts. He was in the grasp, and Mike Pitts, former #1 pick out of Atlanta, who had a fine second half against the Cardinals last week, knocks Ramsey down for a 10-yard loss. Ramsey will be back there with Tony Collins. Tupu carried on the first play. Stanley Morgan and Irving Fryer, the wide receivers, 2 excellent pass catchers. Danny Villa, Sean Farrell, Guy Morris, Ron Wooten, and Bruce Armstrong up front. Lynn Dawson, the tight end. 3rd down and 15. Patriots back in their own territory on their own 45. In the shotgun. Penalty marker down, maybe free play, and up the middle, Tony Collins grabs the ball, and he is some 2 yards shy of a first down. Terry Hogue and Evan Cooper, a nickelback, making the stop. They picked up 11, but there's a penalty.
That's the 46 defense. That was the look that time that Ryan likes to show. They come up, show 46, force the quarterback to audible. Ramsey didn't audible. Normally they jump out and go into man. He stayed with those little simple dink over the linebacker.
Offside. Defense, number 74, third down.
Mike Pitts, exuberant over his sack, jumped off sides. It'll be 3rd down and 10 as they accept the penalty. Tom Dooley is the referee today. Mike Pitts was on the all-rookie team back in '83 with Atlanta. Now has a new life with the Philadelphia Eagles, starting at right tackle. 7 defensive backs for the Eagles, 3rd and 10 at midfield for New England. Ramsey up the middle, and he's got Irving Fryer. They get Cedric Jones with the reception, a 21-yard gain. Big play man in a roll situation for Jones.
Top of your screen, you'll see here that Cedric Jones simply goes up the field, gets inside of Elbert Fowles, 29, and then just simply comes across the field. Fowles is chasing him, and that's a fine throw by Ramsey to pick up the first down.
Big 21-yard play. Cedric Jones, Stanley Morgan, and Irving Fryer will do much of the duties as receivers today. Stephen Starring has knee problems, may not play as much. 1st and 10, New England at the Eagle 28-yard line. Ramsey, play action, going deep. And it is nearly intercepted by Roynell Young on the pass intended for Stanley Morgan.
You know, sometimes, Dick, one of the things that'll happen to a young quarterback, and Ramsey being young, only in experience, lacking the experience. That time he had his tight end, Lynn Dawson, wide open coming across. He looked at him, came off of him, and said, hey, I'm going for the touchdown. You shouldn't have thrown that football. It should have been intercepted.
Patriots have struggled against NFC Eastern Division clubs, but the Eagles have never won in their 2 previous contests here at Sullivan Stadium. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the Philadelphia 28. Tom Ramsey out of UCLA. In trouble. Dumps it off, and they now rule that he was in the grasp, and they'll credit the sack to Reggie White, who leads the NFL with 12 sacks this year and picks up another number 13.
White 92 coming on the outside, and the pressure is put on the tackle there, Armstrong, and you can see the strength that White has. Wasn't anything fancy, simply knocked Armstrong to the ground, got up and made the sack on Ramsey.
And, of course, Reggie White is going to be sliding up and down that line, a hard man to find.
You'll see him at tackle, you'll see him at end, you'll see him on the other side. So you really have to pay attention to where 92 lines up.
The ball is at the Philadelphia 38. 4 wide receivers for Ramsey. And down he goes, and it's Reggie White again with the sack. Terry, the Patriots remember White from preseason when he had 4 sacks and he blocked a point after. And they looked at the films closely, haven't been able to stop him yet.
This is a simple pass rush. Normally, if you look at this, and you can tell there, once again, Dick, it's just all-out strength. Nothing fancy, no arms swinging, no going in, no games, just Reggie White and Armstrong. And once again, White embarrasses Armstrong.
Rich Camarillo will punt. And Morse goes back. Bobby Morse standing on the 10-yard line. Rookie from Michigan. So the Patriots with a tremendous pass rush. 3 sacks in the first series. Good high kick by Camarillo. And Morse is going to let this drop. Takes a Patriot bounce, and it's down inside the 5 by Mosi Tutupu. Tremendous special teams player is Tutupu. A 44-yard kick by Rich Camarillo, and let's see what the Eagles do starting from inside their 5. To try to figure out a way of keeping the pass rushers away from Tom Ramsey. They wanted to protect the pocket, give him some time, and they didn't do it too well. And now Randall Cunningham has his work cut out for him, as he will bring out the Eagles on the 4-yard line to start their first series. First play of the game, Michael Haddix gets a couple up the middle. This is the New England defense. 3-man front of Kenneth Sims, Toby Williams, and Garen Veras, who has done everything right for the Patriots, as has Andre Tippett, Steve Nelson, Lawrence McGrew, and Ed Williams, also the linebackers. Ronnie Lepet, Ernest Gibson playing in place of Raymond Claiborne. Jim Bowman is the strong safety, and Fred Marion, the free safety today. Gain of 3 on the first play, 2nd down and 7. Career highs in those departments last week against the Cardinals. His first pass tipped and incomplete. Nearly picked off. It was intended for John Spagnola, the tight end.
If there's one good blessing for a quarterback, it's that Andre Tippett, 56, is coming in to his right side, and this allows Cunningham to see the pressure and allows him to unload the football before Tippett can get to him and throw the football. But today, Tippett will move from the left side to the right side, Dick, which has been the best side for him to blitz the quarterback.
And speaking about tipping it, Jim Bowman got a piece of that pass. 3rd down and 7, at the 7. Up the middle, and the pass is caught. It's fumbled by Mike Quick. Loose ball. And the Eagles recover. It was Anthony Toney, the running back, who picked up the loose ball after Mike Quick coughed it up after the reception.
You can expect man coverage, and this is what Cunningham does. If you're going to expect it, then throw crossing routes. That time, Quick getting inside, doing a fine job of running across the middle wide open, beats Ernest Gibson, makes the catch, but fumbles.
15-yard gain, so they got some as a result of the fumble, and they got out of danger. The Eagles at the 22-yard line with a first down, under 10 minutes to go in this first quarter, no score. Michael Haddix. Let's check the offense for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the big move they made this week was to move Anthony Toney to running back and Michael Haddix to fullback. Byers is not in the lineup. Mike Quick and Kenny Jackson are the wide receivers. The offensive line, Matt Darwin, Adam Shriver, Jerry Feary, Ron Baker, and Joe Conwell, and John Spagnola, the tight end. 2nd down and 8 at the 24-yard line. Penalty marker is down. And Haddix on second down picked up a couple to the 30-yard line, short of a first down by about 2 yards. Penalty against Philadelphia, so they'll have second down and move back.
Illegal motion, 82 offense, second down.
That was Mike Quick, the wide receiver.
Dick, you probably asked yourself, why is Anthony Toney taking over for Byers and Haddix moving up to the fullback spot? Is it Ryan wants to generate more running offense? And the answer to that is no. Primarily because those two running backs are better blockers suited for the 3-4 with Tippett, the guy primarily they're concerned for.
Second and 13 at the 19-yard line, and here is Anthony Toney, and Toney is piled up immediately. For no gain, it'll be third down. Kenneth Sims and Toby Williams making the play. And Toney, by the way, started the season as a running back, and Michael Haddix the fullback. This was the backfield alignment for the Eagles in their opening game against the Washington Redskins before Haddix came out with a fractured hand after the strike. This was the alignment they wanted to go with. Third down and 14. Eagles on their own 18. Cunningham has time, and he's got great Garrity, and Garrity into Patriot territory with a big gainer is out of bounds. At the 42-yard line, Ronnie Lepet makes the play. So the big play man, Garrity, this time for 40 yards, and the Eagles are in business.
Well, you're going to see Eugene Prophet. No, I'm sorry, that's 42 there, covering Garrity coming down inside. As you can see, Prophet goes inside, watches Cunningham's eyes, and then Garrity slides back out. A good job by Cunningham, coming back around and then getting the ball to Garrity, who is time and time again has given the Eagles big receptions.
Patriots coming in felt that the Eagles used Garrity the way that the Dolphins used to use Matt Moore. An effective situation. Anthony Toney gets to the 40-yard line, gain of 2. It'll be second down. Toby Williams, the nose tackle, making the play. Under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter.
You know, after you have a big pass like that, Dick, as a quarterback, when you get something big happening and you've run the football and not been successful at it, what you'd like to do is come back and do a little play action and then throw the football again, mix it up.
Second down and 8 Eagles on the New England 40-yard line. Toney gets to the 39. So neither team has been able to run much in the first series. Lawrence McGrew and Steve Nelson, the two inside linebackers. And, of course, McGrew coming off best game of his career, they said, against the Colts. He's reached a new level and playing next to Nelson, who is retiring after this year.
If you're going to run the football with a team that has 4 linebackers, the best thing to do is to go right up at the middle of it. You try to go out tackle, then you allow the pursuit of these linebackers to catch up with you, and that's exactly what New England is doing.
Bobby Morris in the backfield along with Anthony Toney. On 3rd and 6 at the 38, Cunningham can run, and he's going to, and he'll get the first down and more to the 20, 15, and dives inside the 15-yard line. How do you stop that? Randall Cunningham with a gain of 25 yards. Ronnie Lepet finally brought him down.
Well, how you stop it is by primarily staying out of man coverage. When you're in man coverage, there's no defensive back or linebacker that is designated to cover the quarterback. And now Cunningham's taken off, but the corners and the safeties are all running with their people they're covering, and no one sees Cunningham until it's too late, and finally he gets the first down.
The Eagles' drive started on their own 4-yard line after Camarillo's sensational punt, but now Philadelphia threatening with a 1st and 10 on the New England 14-yard line. Penalty marker down, and Anthony Toney is knocked down at the 14-yard line by Ed Williams. Tom Dooley, the referee, and this one will be against the Patriots.
No gain of the play. Will be second and 10 from the 14. In the first quarter, New York Jets 7, Cincinnati nothing.
That'll bring up a second down and 5.
Offsides. Number 77, defense. Lined up in the zone. First down.
Kenneth Sims and Raymond Berry, who feels some of the chill down on the sideline. will not appreciate that penalty as the ball is now moved inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5.
You know, we've seen a lot of players line up in that neutral zone. That neutral zone is the length of that football, and you can, I mean, we're only talking about 14 inches, and it's not that difficult, I don't think, to adjust yourself to it.
In motion goes Tony. Cunningham rolling out, and he's got Tony knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line by Ronnie Lepet. And the Eagles are on the verge of scoring. It'll be 2nd down. The Patriots started out with a bang. Elgin Davis, the rookie from Central Florida, returned the opening kickoff 44 yards to midfield. But 3 Philadelphia sacks, 2 by Reggie White ended that thread. And now the Eagles are coming close to going 96 yards for the first score of the game. It'll be 1st and goal now on the 2-yard line. Second effort might have gotten him to the 1. Brent Williams and Garen Veras there as Cunningham looks to the sideline.
Quarterback turning it around because these coaches can't see Buddy Ryan looking at his quarterback. Cunningham telling him, hey, 1 yard, 1 yard. Actually, it's 3 yards, 3 yards. I like the way the offense runs with Cunningham. He gives so much pressure on the outside, the linebackers and the corners. When they sprint him out, give him an option, run or pass. I would look for the play action with Cunningham outside, run or pass again.
Maddox and Tony in the backfield, 2nd and goal on the 3. Here's Tony. Penalty marker down, and Tony doesn't get to the goal line. Andre Tippett stood him up at the 2-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, they're going to really have to work for points, it looks like, the Eagles on this series.
It may be now that the Eagles, this is really could play into their lap. This could be better for them being backed up, because the point I was trying to make is when Cunningham is on the move, Dick, he puts a lot of pressure on the secondary. Now with a little room to operate, they can put men in motion, get a guy in the slot, get him outside, everybody runs off. Once again, he can run or throw the football.
2nd and goal, back at the 8-yard line. Jackson to the top of your screen. Cunningham looking, fires, incomplete. Spagnola was the closest man to that ball, and there is another penalty marker down. We've had a bunch of them here, and this one will be against the Patriots. It'll be a 1st down for Philadelphia, and half the distance will be marked off. Ronnie Lepet. There's Raymond Berry, who's had nothing but praise for his team's attitude since he's been here. And, of course, he got to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Against Ryan and his famed 46 defense.
Last time the Patriots saw Buddy Ryan, he was carried off the field by his defensive group in the Bears' victory. 1st and goal at the 4. Inside handoff. Michael Haddix. The Patriots are just impossible to run against thus far, but maybe they're setting something up. Kenneth Sims making the tackle. They don't have any worry about Sims handling the run. They said he'll win his fight against the run.
Outstanding against the run. The thing he doesn't do is rush the passer that way. That's why Garen Veras, 6th on the other side, he's really the pass rush in for the Patriots.
13th play of the drive coming. Cunningham under pressure. Down he goes back towards the 20-yard line. Garen Veras, he just finished talking about his pass rushing abilities, and Jim Bowman, who is going to keep an eye on Cunningham today.
You're going to see Veras at right in the lower left of your screen. Will come up inside the tackle, outside the tackle. Cunningham is forced to hold up because Veras, his responsibility was contain. Do not let the quarterback out wide. Containing that time, Cunningham actually, when he held up, ran right into Veras.
Veras does everything right. He can handle the run, gives you the pass rush. There's a spark about him, according to the Patriots. There's been a spark around Cunningham, but let's see what he does on 3rd and goal at the 15. 4 wide receivers, Garrity and Chris Carter in there now. Cunningham fires to Mike Quick, and Quick gets inside the 5. Ernest Gibson making the tackle at the 2-yard line. And it'll be 4th down. So the Eagles had several opportunities, and now they're reduced to trying for a field goal. 13-yard gain that time, not enough. And the crowd cheers the New England defense. Tremendous job by them.
Actually, if you go back and look at 4 plays by Cunningham and his offense, they gained about 50 yards in that 10-yard area. Kept getting penalties, backed up, throw another pass, back up.
Paul McFadden will try a 19-yard field goal. And the kick is good. 1:49 remain in this first quarter. Both teams have had a chance, and Philadelphia on McFadden's 3-pointer have the lead. On that possession, capped by McFadden's field goal, but the Eagles had a 1st and goal inside the 5 and could not get it over. Elgin Davis, who returned the opening kickoff 44 yards with a brilliant run to midfield, is back for the Patriots. End-over-end kick. It is not that deep, and Davis on the 2-yard line. Trying to turn the corner, and he gets it out to the 29-yard line before Cedric Brown makes the stop. So New England goes on the attack once again. Miami and Buffalo, first quarter, and the Jets leading Cincinnati. So they will not have a 5-way tie after today. Green Bay has jumped ahead of Chicago. The Packers have wild card aspirations as the early scores roll in. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. They're on their own 28-yard line. 1:37 remaining in the first quarter. Tupu. Second effort, he crosses the 30-yard line. Tupu is starting today. Bob Perryman, who had a sensational game against the Colts a week ago, has an ankle injury and is not active for the game. Of course, Craig James has been the regular at that spot, as the Patriots have been injury-plagued, and you look at some third stringers, including the quarterback, having to carry the load.
Yes, and Tupu's a key special team guy. They'll spell him with Dupart today.
Gain of 4 on that play. 2nd down and 6 on the 32-yard line. Ramsey with a rollout, getting away from the rush. And his pass is away caught by Stanley Morgan. And let's see if it's grabbed or not. Morgan thought he had it. And now they rule that it is an incomplete pass. Seth Joyner was downfield covering for the Eagles.
Set up play automatically. As you can see, Ramsey set up, made it look like he was in the pocket, then turned and sprinted to the left. Now he's giving directions, telling him, go deep, Morgan, get behind these guys and give me a lane. There's the lane, and an excellent throw here by Ramsey, barely over the outstretched hands of the linebacker, Joyner, and then a fine catch, but as you can tell, his toes were on the out-of-bounds marker. Incomplete.
Just over Joyner's fingers, and Stanley Morgan coming off his 3rd 100-yard gain of the season against the Colts a week ago. Now Ramsey is faced with a 3rd down and 7. Under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Ramsey takes the pass. And down at the 39-yard line is Cedric Jones. And it looks to be a 1st down for the Patriots. And right now, for an NFL Today report, let's check in with Brent Musburger in New York. Brent?
All right, Dick. Well, as Terry Bradshaw knows, you cannot teach speed. Here's Troy Johnson, the Cardinals' wide receiver out of Southern U. Good throw by Neil Lomax. Look at the dancing style there. 7-0 Cardinals. Let's go back to Dick.
All right, Brent, thank you very much. You see the final seconds being ticked off here in this first quarter. It is a 1st down for the Patriots. And Tony Collins, for the first time today, gets to handle the ball and picks up a couple of yards. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. That is the end of the first quarter. The Eagles on McFadden's field goal lead it 3-0. And the pass is caught by Collins out of the backfield, short of a first down by a yard. Will make a 3rd down and 1. Gary Cobb and Elbert Fowles on the stop.
Well, after those 2 sacks by Reggie White, how do you stop him? Well, what you do now is you take your right tackle Armstrong, you take your tight end Dawson, and you double team him. And if he gets past those, then he has to run into a fullback in the backfield waiting to cut his legs out from under him. So they've actually got 2 on him at the line of scrimmage and a back standing back there waiting on him.
Patriots, by the way, starting rookie tackle Danny Villa out of Arizona State and Bruce Armstrong, number 1 pick out of Louisville. 3rd and 1 at the 48-yard line. And up the middle, motion to Tupu. Has it up for the first down at midfield. He's been the reliable short yardage man. And so Tom Ramsey goes back to work. Cobb and Ho combine to make the tackle.
One of the things that the Patriots want to accomplish today, the way they really feel like they can win this football game, is by spreading 3 wide receivers out and getting into a short passing game. That would neutralize the rush of White because Ramsey could get rid of the football.
Those wide receivers, the key to the Patriot attack today. Penalty marker down. Ramsey being chased, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Stanley Morgan. Andre Waters was covering, and Reggie White was giving chase to Tom Ramsey. But another penalty down. Tom Dooley, a very busy man in this first half.
Well, Reggie White made Ramsey run faster than he thought he was capable of doing that time.
Offside, defense, first down.
That's the 4th penalty against the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Patriots now will continue in New England, in Philadelphia territory at the 45-yard line and a 1st and 5.
Isn't it amazing? The scouts tell you, well, Ramsey can't run, but then you put big White on him, Reggie White after him, and all of a sudden Ramsey finds out, hey, look at this speed I've got. I've got a lot of speed.
Found out he can run to get away from that guy. Wide receivers now to the top. 1st and 5, and Ramsey's going deep. Morgan, and it's knocked away. Roynell Young, and the pass was up for grabs momentarily, incomplete.
Defensive coverage, Roynell Young.
Ramsey threw a bad pass that time, primarily because he has to be a little bit concerned of whether or not Armstrong, the right tackle, can handle it. But a fine job that time by Armstrong as the center. Morris comes out this time, and he helps double White. Ramsey threw a poor pass.
His reputation is that of a strong, accurate arm. And keep in mind, as Terry mentioned, he's inexperienced, even though he has experience in preseason a lot with the Patriots and in the USFL. 2nd down and 5 at the Eagle 45. Early here in the 2nd quarter, Mosey Tupu spins his way inside the 45-yard line. Clyde Simmons with help from Mike Reichenbach on the stop there.
Dick, when you have 4 linebackers and you're trying to run the football, it's very hard for the guards and tackles to get through and to block those inside backers. The tackles can't get through because the ends knock them down. Therefore, it's very hard to go up inside. It's also very hard to go outside because those 2 inside linebackers can chase. So what do? Hey, you throw the football.
That's where the Patriots have established their bread and butter the last couple of years. They haven't had much of a running attack the last 2 seasons. Ball is at the Eagle 43. And Ramsey has that man, Cedric Jones again, and Jones has the first down for the Patriots inside the 35-yard line. So yesterday they told us that quarterbacks have a lot of confidence in Cedric Jones.
Every pass Cedric Jones has caught today has been on the inside. As you can see, Morgan going outside, Jones coming inside, a simple little curl. Every pass that quarterbacks have been throwing ever since Pop Warner, wide open. Now, the smart thing that Jones did actually was he just slowed down once he cleared the corner, and Ramsey got him the football.
3 catches for 42 yards for Jones. Hold on the stop and a first down for the Patriots, who trail the Eagles 3-0. They're at the Eagles 29-yard line. And up the middle goes to Tupu. Nearly got away from another defender and picked up solid yardage to the 24-yard line. The plays are being sent in, and there is Doug Flutie, who could be the number 2 quarterback today, flashing them in.
He's got that red jacket on. I don't know if that's because the Patriots like their signal callers to be able to spot them, spot the guy sending them in. But there he is. You can see the blue jackets and the red jackets. So Fluke's standing there waving them in.
Steve Grogan is also on the sidelines. Sprained left shoulder has made him questionable, and there is Steve. 11th play on the drive coming. 2nd and 5 at the 24. And Ramsey has a man wide open. It's Tony Collins. Touchdown, New England. He is the best receiver among the running backs, and for Tony Collins, his 2nd touchdown as a receiver. Patriots lead it.
The ideal situation when you're in this territory is to find out where the man-to-man's going to be. Seth Joyner, 59, has Collins out of the backfield all by himself. Too much speed for Collins as he goes by Joyner and makes the touchdown. And Joyner, by the way, is the best linebacker to cover backs out of the backfield.
Former Eagle Tony Franklin, barefooted, is successful, and Franklin perfect on the year. And the Patriots lead it 7-3. Tony Collins wide open, and Tom Ramsey with a touchdown pass. Jones was leading the way to the cheers of this crowd, rocking here at Foxborough for their 5-5 Patriots. Jones can catch, and he can also wave the pom-poms.
Good cheerleader. Hey, you got to have cheerleaders. You got to have guys that can get everybody up and get them excited.
Tony Franklin kicking off. The Patriots lead at 7-3, and it's Carter at the 9-yard line, bringing it back to the Eagles. Carter dives beyond the 30-yard line. Patriot tackle by Rod McSwain. So a good scoring drive by the New England Patriots, showing some ball control of their own. They went 71 yards and ate up 5.5 minutes. And we'll be back. Dick Stockton and Terry Bradshaw, and here we are, nearly 4 minutes gone in the 2nd quarter, and the Eagles are starting only their 2nd possession of the game. They controlled the ball for 9.5 minutes the first time and got 3 points out of it. Now trailing 7-3. 1st and 10 on their own 31. Tippett in front of him. And Cunningham gets out of real danger and steps out of bounds at the 36-yard line. But the specter of Andre Tippett was right in his face.
Cunningham has certainly earned the respect of Tippett after this play. Tippett, outstanding speed and quickness, but Cunningham equal to that speed and quickness. Tippett runs him down. Cunningham holds up, and Tippett says, "I got you." And Cunningham says, "No way, baby." Down the sideline.
Cunningham is the leading rusher for the Eagles on the year. He has gained 29 yards in 2 carries. And Tippett and White, the 2 sack leaders, facing each other there. 2nd and 5 at the 36. In motion is Jimmy Giles, the tight end. And the give is to Haddix. And Haddix is stopped about a yard short of a first down at the 39-yard line. Brent Williams and Fred Marion combined to make the tackle.
Picked up by Steve Nelson.
Injured player is a New England performer, and it's number 50, Lawrence McGrew. Terry, we mentioned that Raymond Claiborne wasn't in the lineup today, their Pro Bowl cornerback. He's had surgery, and he's going to be out a while, and Ernest Gibson in there, and I know that the Eagles will try to work on him if they can.
Well, they've tried earlier. Cunningham has been successful on Gibson. The thing that we're seeing is they're running at Kenneth Sims. That's really what I think is the shocker, running at Sims to neutralize Andre Tippett. I think you need to go the other way.
Two for the Eagles on their 39-yard line. Tony goes in motion. Cunningham fires downfield, and a man wide open is Mike Quick, and he'll score the touchdown. A 61-yard play. Terry, you talked about an exciting game, and we have it here with less than 5 minutes gone by 2nd quarter, and the Philadelphia Eagles have taken a 9-7 lead.
New England, coming into this football game, wanted Cunningham to scramble to his left. They felt like that they would be able to contain him and force him to throw on the run to the left, but they evidently didn't see the Redskin game where Cunningham scrambled to his left and hit Greg Garrity in the corner of the end zone for the winner. Now Marion, 31, the free safety, comes off of Quick. thinking, I guess, that Cunningham couldn't get the ball to him. Touchdown.
McFadden with Telchik holding. And the kick is good. So Mike Wick with his 7th touchdown reception of the season. The Eagles regain the lead 10-7. Wick, his longest reception of this year, 61 yards and his 7th touchdown, and the Eagles lead 10-7 with that much time remaining in the first half. John Telchik will kick. Elgin Davis is back for the Patriots. He's already had one big kickoff return. Davis at the 8-yard line. Loose ball, but the whistle had blown, and Davis was downed at the 23-yard line by Ty Allard. As we said at the outset, the Eagles, they control the destiny of the AFC East race, which coming into today, 5 teams all tied 5-5, because the Eagles have 4 of their remaining 5 games against AFC East clubs, and scores of games underway. First down for the Patriots on their 23. Card is in the ball game, and a loose ball, and the Eagles have picked it up. Mike Pitts, and Pitts may run it in. And a touchdown-saving tackle by Stanley Morgan prevented Pitts from going in for the score, but the Eagles, with a 21-yard return by Mike Pitts, are on the verge again of scoring.
Isn't it amazing that Jerome Brown, the #1 draft choice, is out of this football game? Pitts had to play last week, played outstanding, and then Buddy Ryan said, you've got to start this game, and he's made key plays so far in this first half. Left guard that time, as you could see. Farrell knocked the ball out of Ramsey, and Pitts in the right place at the right time. Picks it up and does a great version of O.J. Simpson. Well, not a great version. How about semi-great? Huh?
We'll take it.
Yeah.
First and goal at the 2 for the Eagles. 10-7, and threatening the score again. Inside Haddix gets to the 1-yard line. Dave Little was blocking inside. Michael Haddix. Now Randall Cunningham. Had a lot of balls dropped by receivers last week. Nevertheless, established career highs in completions and attempts. Buddy Ryan with loads of confidence in Randall Cunningham.
I would sprint him out on play action every time inside the 5-yard line. I would get away from all that stuff up inside, get him outside wide.
Second and goal. This time it's Anthony Toney, and Toney is knocked back again. It looked like Jimmy Giles, who was acquired from Detroit, got into a minor scuffle with one of the Patriots. Reynolds and Rembert combined to make the play on Toney, and now it'll be 3rd and goal at the 2. And Terry, the Eagles have had a lot of trouble scoring from inside the 5 on 2 occasions today.
I think you become too simple down here when you have the greatest running quarterback in the National Football League who can get out wide. Don't fool around inside. Play action out wide. Option run pass.
Toney in motion. Here's Haddix, and Haddix doesn't get there. You're right. Johnny Rembert, who came in to replace Lawrence McGrew, makes a big play. He's the heir apparent, they say, to the veteran Steve Nelson playing in his last year. And now it is 4th and goal at the 1, and they look the Eagles do to their bench.
When you rush for less than 20 yards the week before this game, you don't come into this game thinking you're going to run the football against a team as aggressive as New England after they came off that big cold victory. You have to do the things you do best. That's get Cunningham outside. 4th down.
The Eagles are 6 of 13. That's a pretty good percentage on 4th down plays this year. And a quarterback sneak. And touchdown. He got over the Patriots protest. They didn't signal immediately, but Cunningham gets in there for the touchdown. And a sigh of relief is breathed by Buddy Ryan, and that was a tough one.
Well, you try your 2 running backs, and then finally you get back to the guy that has all the power. Of course, that's the quarterback. Now, this is interesting, Ed. Had he been in the pocket and they had their hands on him, he would have been down right there. But the wall kept going forward. since he was rushing with the football, they allowed that to happen, and eventually the wall caved in the Patriots and allowed Cunningham to get in the end zone. Look at this. Now, it looks like he's going nowhere, but they slowly move him back, and then bingo, down they go. Look at the nice block there. Good job by Little, 89.
Big fat. And the kick is good with 7:42 remaining. So Randall Cunningham with his third touchdown rushing of the season. And the Eagles lead by 10. The big play was the fumble by the Patriots, and Pitts' return to set it up.
I'm saying to myself now, no, Randall, don't do this. You're on the road. This is Boston, New England. You don't spike the ball. He heard me, and he laid the ball down. Very good play. I think he heard me.
John Telchik kicking off, and Elgin Davis is deep for the Patriots. Again, Davis at the 7. Davis gets to the 30 and beyond. Boy, he's slippery. And out of bounds at the 34-yard line by Dave Little. Second good return of the game by the rookie Elgin Davis. 26 yards that time. Well, coming up next, the second half of our CBS doubleheader, it'll be the New York Giants against the Washington Redskins. And, of course, this is why this game is important, because you're seeing some upsets with teams that may be out of the playoff hope, knocking off teams that are in front. Washington wants to win to continue home field advantage if they can get it, and to win that division. They haven't won it yet. And the Giants, they just want to establish a winning habit the rest of the way.
Right. They just want to win football games, realizing they may be out of the playoffs. Cunningham with a wrist problem, it looks like.
Patriots first down at the 34-yard line. Play action and a wide receiver screen to Stanley Morgan. Morgan gets into Eagle territory and has a first down. Barely into Eagle territory, a gain of 17 yards, but what's the story with Randall Cunningham's right wrist?
Well, the way he picked the football up in the end zone and went to spike it, everything looked fine because actually he had the ball in his hand and he laid it down. Probably got hit, you know, with a helmet or something on that quarterback sneak, and I wouldn't think it's anything serious.
Meanwhile, with 7:23 to go in the first half, Patriots trailing the Eagles 17-7. They're at midfield. Ball at the 49 of the Eagles. First down. Reggie Dupard. No gain on the play. Dupard, a former #1 pick out of SMU. With Bob Perryman out of there, Dupard will see a lot more action today. Mike Pitts and Mike Reichenbach on the tackle for the Eagles.
If you go back to last week's game, you'd have to say the balance of the New England Patriots was outstanding, being able to run the football and throw the football equally with equal success. And the thing that Barry may be wanting to do here too much is get too conservative when this Philadelphia team gives up big plays.
Second down. Ramsey getting rushed. Finds Tony Collins open at the 35. And Collins is tackled by Terry Hogue. And the Patriots, with a 30-yard gain to Collins. He caught their touchdown pass, have a first down at the 21 of Philadelphia.
Number 33 would be a left halfback coming out of the backfield. Collins doing a fine job of getting down and once again just slows down once he clears the linebacker. That time Cobb, good job by Ramsey of getting the ball to him. Throwing to the backs out of the backfield against these linebackers is an ideal situation in which the Patriots are loving. They love to throw to their backs, and they'll continue to do so.
First and 10 at the 21. Winding down to 6 minutes to go in the first half. Dupard trying to go outside and no gain on the play. Good pursuit by Seth Joyner. Normally the middle linebacker leads a team in tackles, but this time it's an outside man, Seth Joyner, who's had an outstanding year for Philadelphia.
I'd like to know the personality of Ramsey, because I know after a big play, he would probably like to be calling his own plays and come back and throw another pass. Instead, he hands the ball off and only gains a foot.
He's hit his last 4 passes. Second down and 9 at the Philadelphia 20. And the Patriots moved as Mosi Fatupu on a delay fires down to the 15, but the wide receiver out to the left seemed to move. Clark and Waters that time, and the penalty will go against New England.
Stanley Morgan, number 86. This is the guy that's guilty of moving. There's the move.
Little dance step there.
Right. You know, when you jump off sides, you think, well, they know I jumped off sides, but if I stop and act like it's part of my routine here, then I might get away with it. So you notice a little 1-2, stop, hitch, go, a little wiggle, then boom, way win again.
5 yards.
5 yards.
Second down and 14. Patriots back to their Philadelphia 25. Ramsey getting away from the rush from White. And the pass is incomplete. And Stanley Morgan is yelling for a flag, and there is a penalty marker thrown, but it is not where Morgan was. It is at the line of scrimmage. Let's see whether Ramsey might have gone across the line of scrimmage before he delivered that pass. And a loss of down. That's the call against the Patriots. Ramsey crossed the line of scrimmage. Morgan was yelling for an interference call, but none was forthcoming.
Number 78, offense, illegally downfield. The penalty is declined. We have an illegal pass and a loss of down on the quarterback. It's third down.
Well, Armstrong went off sides, but more important was Ramsey with the illegal pass crossing the line and a loss of down. It'll be third down. We're at Sullivan Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Dick Stockton and Terry Bradshaw. The Patriots, one of 5 teams at 5-5, and fantastic race in the AFC East, are trailing the Philadelphia Eagles 17-7. The Eagles are coming off 2 losses when it looked like they were the new darlings of the NFC after their win over the Redskins. And the Eagles still, you know, have some wild card hopes, and the only way they can achieve that or come closest to win, and they're winning here. It'll be third down and 18, back to the 29-yard line. Ramsey up the middle, Collins. And Collins is tackled at the 26-yard line by Roynell Young, and it'll be fourth down.
One of the real problems that you have as a quarterback and a play caller in a situation is you have to be concerned about White not giving you enough time to throw the football downfield to get the 18, 15, 18 yards you need. Therefore, what Ramsey did, he said, I don't think I have enough time. I'll just drop the ball off to Collins and give my field goal kicker a little shorter field goal.
Tony Franklin is going to attempt a 43-yard field goal. He is 8 of 16 from 30 yards and beyond. Ramsey, the quarterback, will hold. Moving kick by Franklin, and it is no good, off to the left. He had the distance, but he wasn't accurate. And Raymond Berry's Patriots still trail 17-7 with 4:06 remaining in the first half.
Second quarter updates. It's the Jets 10, Cincinnati nothing. Green Bay 7, Chicago 7. The Indianapolis Colts 21, Houston.
Terry, a kind of an interesting ball game. Patriots looked like they were going to score when they had the ball in the opening series at midfield. And great ball control by the Eagles. They've only had the ball a couple of times, but they have scored. Big play, 61 yards to Quick. Here's a wide receiver screen to Quick. He gets by one defender, but he can't get away from number 54, Ed Williams. And he brings it out to the 30-yard line. Gain of 4 that time.
That's a pass you really don't want to throw. The only time you throw a quick hitch, a little 4-yard down by the receiver, 4 yards, turns around. The only time you throw that is when the corners are at least 10 yards off. That time they actually were pressing Quick, and Cunningham went ahead and threw the ball anyway. Quick did a fine job of just picking up 3 yards.
3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Second down and 6 for the Eagles on their own 30-yard line. And the fake toss, and here's Anthony Toney, and Toney, battling Fred Marion, has the first down for the Eagles to the 42-yard line, and a gain of 12 that time.
For the Eagles.
Well, next Saturday, CBS Sports very proudly presents 2 of college football's greatest traditions. Starting at 2 o'clock Eastern, the 88th Army-Navy game.
Dad was a Navy man. How about you?
Well, I was in the Army, but so
So we've got a rivalry, you and I.
And then live from the Downtown Athletic Club in New York City, CBS Sports will cover the announcement of this year's Heisman Trophy Award. Special day of college football. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. Tony with a good game, gets into Patriot territory. Penalty marker is down, and another one is thrown. 2 flags down as Tony is ridden out of bounds after a 24-yard pickup at the New England 32, but they're coming back with this one.
You finally get your running game going, so you ask yourself, boy, who's doing all those great blocks? Who's making those great blocks? And now we're going to find out that one of them was holding. That's why there was a big hold.
They'll bring back that 24-yarder. Eagles have committed most of the penalties so far in this first half. 5 to be exact.
Holding, 82 offense, penalty is declined. Holding, number 88 offense, first down.
Well, they only had 2 men holding that time, Mike Quick and John Spagnola.
And they were both on the same side, so there's your answer for your 24-yard gain. And isn't it terrible to know that you have to sit there as a player and wait for the ref to punch that little button and tell the whole world that, yeah, number 88 was holding, and yeah, number 82 was holding. Isn't that nice?
You can tell the Eagles are working hard because Anthony Tony and Mike Quick have the shirts out of their pants. So they're laboring. First and 20 at the 32 with 2:37 to go in the half. Here's Tony. Good charge upfield to the 38-yard line. The nose tackle, Toby Williams, is there. It'll be second down. The Eagles, in order to get a first down, have to get to the Patriot 47-yard line. Jets continue to lead. Buffalo is in front of Miami, and the Indianapolis Colts want to stay atop the AFC East. The Eagles have scored on all 3 possessions here in the first half as we're getting down to the 2-minute warning. Turnover hurt the Patriots, and that's why the Eagles have a 10-point lead. The 2-minute warning is here, and we'll be back.
He mirrored Derek Dickerson, the running back. Everywhere Dickerson went, Bowman was there. He was his man. They designated Dickerson to him. Now today, as a starter, one of the things that the Patriots wanted to do in this game was to take him and put him on Cunningham. He hasn't done that so far. Cunningham's been getting outside and hurting him. It'll be interesting to see if, in fact, they do that.
Second down and 14 at the 38-yard line. And Cunningham airs it out. An incomplete pass intended for Quick, and defending on the play was Ernest Gibson, and that's the man that they're going to test. Gibson had some bad breakdowns in previous games against the Giants and the Cowboys, and they're going to be throwing his way. Raymond Claiborne, surgery on torn ligaments in his left knee, and will be out 6 weeks. Could come back for the playoffs.
Look at number 28 here, Dick. This is Bowman. We've talked about mirroring Cunningham. This time they allow Bowman to go ahead and blitz Cunningham. He took the outside route, which was the poor way to go. You always go to the straight line, which would have been the inside. Possibly he could have got his hands on Cunningham.
Third down and 14. Cunningham going deep again. He's got Kenny Jackson. Kenny Jackson defended by Fred Marion, who got a hand on it, and tremendous coverage by one of the steadiest defensive backs on that team, Fred Marion, and it'll be fourth down.
Marion learned early, you do not give up on Cunningham. Do not ever give up on him, because once you stop, he has the arm to overthrow the coverage, and that time Marion stayed with Jackson and knocked the ball away.
Irving Fryer goes back, and John Telchik will kick for the Eagles. There's Fryer. He can be dangerous. 1:47 remaining in the first half, and the Patriots have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. And the kick is blocked. Eugene Profit blocks the kick, and the Patriots will have the ball inside the 20.
Number 22 coming from the outside, gets the penetration and dives for the angle, where he thinks the ball is going to be kicked. Gets there in time to have the ball blocked. Patriots ball.
Second block of Eugene Proffitt's career. He had one in New Orleans last season. He's in his second year out of Yale, and a big play on special teams. And the Patriots, with 1:38 to go in this first half, looking to get back in this game, trailing the Eagles 17-7, and a first down on the Philadelphia 19. Patriots want the crowd to calm down a bit. In the shotgun, inside handoff to motion to Tupu. Check that Fryer. And Fryer gets inside the 10, and another first down for the Patriots.
Fryer coming out of the backfield this time, a simple little under handoff. You've got your backs in there to block, and this time they say we need a little more speed running the football, so they say, here, Fryer, you take it, you get us in the end zone.
And the Patriots call their first timeout of this first half.
Willie Scott, the backup tight end for the Patriots, blocked a punt by Ron Stark of the Colts, which gave them a touchdown. He picked it up and went in, and once again, you see Proffitt coming in, making the big special teams play.
The Tupu and Collins in the backfield. First and goal at the 8 for Tom Ramsey. And to Tupu inside the 5.
One of the real problems you have here with when you run inside in goal line or short yardage situations is the fact there's such large piles. You have to use your timeouts to get the guys out of there, dig them out, and get back and call a play. Looks like the Patriots have 2 plays called.
They're at the 4-yard line, second and goal. Tupu, no gain, and the Patriots may have to call a timeout here as Seth Joyner came up to make the play, and indeed New England calls a timeout, and they have 1 remaining. Both teams have struggled rushing this year, and you can see the problems the Patriots have had on the ground.
If there's been one criticism of Raymond Berry here in New England, Dick, it's been the fact that the fans say he's too conservative as a play caller. But in fact, although he was calling the plays during the strike games and then the first game after the strike, he's not calling them anymore. That's Grogan's responsibility, and maybe some of that conservatism has rubbed over on Grogan.
Timeout story. The Patriots have 1 left. Eagles scored first on a field goal by McFadden, and then Collins on a 24-yard pass reception from Ramsey gave the Patriots their only lead of the game. Cunningham hit quick for 61 yards and then ran over a yard himself. Coming up at halftime, Brennan Erb with scores and highlights. And the big hit after Dennis Quaid recently found out how tough it was to make a football movie. That's coming up at halftime. 4 wide receivers on third and goal at the 4. Ramsey up the middle, knocked away by Roynell Young. And it was Cedric Jones who was there, and Young, the veteran, and one of the 4 remaining players from Super Bowl 15, made a fine play.
One of the problems you have, if you do not motion your receivers here, it's very easy for your defensive backs to line up and play them man for man. That time, New England just lined up and ran the play. Had they brought their receiver, Cedric Jones, in motion and then ran a form of a pick, it would have been very easy for him to get open.
21-yard attempt now. Tony Franklin. The Eagles have blocked several field goal attempts this season. This is a chip shot, and the kick is good with 50 seconds remaining on the clock. And the Patriots, who had the ball inside the 20 after Proffitt blocked the punt. Andre Waters is enraged over something, but he's not going to win that argument. And the score now is 17-10 in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Waters is pitching a fit. I haven't the slightest idea what he's complaining about. Probably not on the last play, but the play before. Let's see if we can pick him up. Extreme left side, number 20. I believe that's him right there. Let me clear this and circle him again. Folks, take a look at Waters now in this field goal. He is probably complaining about being held. Comes off the ball late, and as you can see, penetrates, and then there's the left arm up.
Presenting $8,000 check to the
Hey, I don't know what his problem is, but there's nothing wrong with that.
You see Clyde Simmons leaping up and trying to get a piece of it. Well, we talked about blocking field goals, and point afters, Clyde Simmons has blocked 2 conversions and 2 field goals, and try to get a hand on another one.
I can't imagine, Dick, once again, what Waters is complaining about.
Franklin is kicking off. Alan Reed is the middleman back for the Eagles, and Reed is at the 2. Spins away and is stopped at the 22-yard line. And with 43 seconds to play, the Eagles in this first half will go on offense. Elgin Davis making the stop on Reed. The Eagles have already executed one big play. Cunningham hit Mike Quick 61 yards for one of the touchdowns.
Here's the complaint. The chin strap of Franklin is not snapped. Therefore, that's a penalty. Backs him up. Notice the chin strap. It's undone. And a simple rule as this states, you have to have your equipment and you have to wear it properly.
He had a good point. First down, Cunningham fires it away and intended for Totalakasi, and it's thrown away, and another tremendous rush. Andre Tippett was one of the 2 coming in on Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham was a quarterback. I'm quite sure that New England has never faced anyone quite of his caliber. And if you get him in the pocket, you think you have him stopped. The guy goes up the middle. When he's out on the run, he gets outside. You say, force him to the left. He can't throw that well on the left. Bingo, 61-yard touchdown pass. Scares you to death.
Cunningham has missed on his last 3 passing attempts. This time he goes inside to Totalakasi, and he was thrown for a loss that time. Close to 5 yards with 29 seconds to go, and it was Andre Tippett with help from Brent Williams. And the New England Patriots, looking for the possibility of getting their hands on the ball again, have used their last timeout of this first half.
Well, by taking that last timeout, now they have forced the Eagles to try to pick up the first down. Eagles primarily going to come up and run this football, but now they could have forced them to just go ahead and play it out, but now they forced them to try to get the first down. If they don't get it, they throw the ball. New England has a little time left.
Well, Terry, next Saturday, CBS Sports presents the nation's top riders competing in one of the sport's most prestigious events. From Madison Square Garden in New York City, it's the Mercedes Horse Jumping Championship, starting at 1 o'clock Eastern, 3 Pacific, next Saturday, right here on CBS Sports.
And I know one New England Patriot will be watching that. That'll be Guy Morris, the center, nicknamed Man of War because he's such a big fan of Man of War. And, hey, rightfully so. I wish I had owned a little piece of Man of War myself.
And Seabiscuit.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 15 for the Eagles, and the Patriots are now, interesting, Eugene Profit was signaling for a timeout. They're out of that, and that's going to do it for the first half. Well, the Patriots came back with the field goal. They would have liked more, but they'll have to settle for trailing in this game with the Philadelphia Eagles 17-10 at halftime.
Today's halftime show is being brought to you by Valvoline.
Half is underway. Franklin kicks it in the air, and Alan Reed at the 9-yard line returns for the Eagles. And Reed is down at the 26-yard line. Alan Reed, injured reserve until this week. He had a good preseason, and they want to take a longer look at Reed. Johnny Rembert made the stop. So Randall Cunningham bringing out the Eagles here. 17-10 in favor of Philadelphia. Eagles are trying to end a 2-game losing streak. Both of those losses coming at Veterans Stadium. Here's Haddix up the middle, and Haddix dives forward, short of the first down by a yard. It was Jim Bowman making the stop. Former #1 draft pick Michael Haddix.
Jim Bowman.
Kind of been a puzzle to the Eagles over the last few years. They tried him as a blocker. They tried him as a runner out of Mississippi State, and really has not come through as a #1 pick. Maybe he'll get his chance. Second down and 1 at the 34. And this time they go with Tony, and a first down for Anthony Tony. Eagles coming out running. Steve Nelson and Lawrence McGrew, who's now healthy and back in the lineup for the Patriots, made the tackle.
Steve Nelson.
What a difference a week makes, huh?
Last week only 51 yards and 180 today. And I know Buddy Ryan has to be pleased with that, as well as the 17 points they've scored. Hey, one thing that's happened already in the second half, Dick, is that Trippett is playing the back side now, the weak side. He's not playing the left side, he's playing the right side.
First and 10 at the 38 for the Eagles. First 2 plays, running plays. This time Cunningham going to the air. If he can, and he can. And a big loss. Toby Williams with a 10-yard loss on the play and the second sack of the game for the Patriots.
Right at the center of your screen, very seldom do nose tackles get involved in sacks. They're so used to being pounded on by 3 blockers that they're tired, and not only that, most teams take a nose tackle out in an obvious passing situation. That time it was, and Williams beats his man and gets in for the sack.
Second down and 20. Eagles on their 28-yard line. First possession of the second half of this game. Eagles leading by 7. Cunningham finds a wide open Cordell out of the backfield, and Junior almost gets the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball. He's close to midfield, a 19-yard gain. Steve Nelson made the tackle, and it'll be third and about 1. So a big chunk of yardage on that play.
So many times you have to tell yourself as a secondary, okay, take away this guy, take away that guy, take away that guy. And then you forget about a little bitty guy named Tuttle Atasi coming out of the backfield, makes a little 4-yard reception, and doggone near gets the first down.
Randall Cunningham scored the winning touchdown in preseason in overtime for the Eagles against the Patriots. Now it's third down and 1. Ball at the 47-yard line. Anthony Tony will have the first down and more as he rumbles into New England territory to the 44-yard line. Ronnie Lepet making the stop, so the Eagles smartly moving the ball on the ground, although the big play was the 19-yard pass to Junior Cordell, and it's a first down.
Coming out running the football, I'm kind of surprised that they're able to run the football as effectively here at the start of the second half, whereas in the first half they could not run it at all. Coming out, good job by their line, blowing up the holes, and then the backs are running, picking up big chunks of yardage.
Chris Carter has replaced Kenny Jackson at wide receiver. On the Patriot 44, Cunningham looking for Carter, and did he get in? He did. He had both feet in for another Eagle first down at the 31 of New England, good for 13 yards. Carter, a big target who can also throw the ball, started his pro career with a bang with his first NFL catch a touchdown.
Driving Lepet deep in a simple little sideline route. And yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's a simple little 12-yard go down, turn out, go outside. But the respect that Lepet had for Carter's speed, he played way off of it. Once he saw his hips turn to cover him deep, he just broke it off.
Second catch of the season for Carter, the first for a score. This time Tony up the middle for a couple. Gets to the 29-yard line, gain of 2. Andre Tippett and Toby Williams combined to make the tackle. Andre Tippett, who has been to 3 Pro Bowls in a row, had 18.5 sacks 3 years ago. Came into the game with 11 and still looking for his first one today. Ball at the 29 of the Patriots. The Eagles with a touchdown lead and driving for more. Give it to Tony, and Tony fights his way forward and trying to get first down yardage. Very close to it on the basis of second effort. It was Garen Veras and Fred Marion combining to make the tackle, and he may be very close to first down yardage. Anthony Toney. He's had his shirt scrunched and torn and ripped and everything and knocked out of his pants. Now he's working on the socks and the
When you get a lot of yardage, you tend to pull on those. So, you pull your shirt tail out and you fool with your shoes and you fool with your chin strap. When things are going good, when they're going bad, you kind of take it easy and look clean out there.
And he's got the first down. So that was done on the basis of Anthony Toney's second effort.
You can credit really a lot of the success on that run to the quarterback Cunningham as he stood up and gave the appearance that it's a pass. The linebackers dropped thinking pass, and then he dropped his hands down and gave the ball to Toney.
First down for the Eagles on the Patriot 21. Here's Toney with Haddock blocking. Cutting inside, and there's that second effort move. He's got that good spin and backing in move as he gets to the 17-yard line. A gain of 4 that time. Tough yards. Jim Bowman and Steve Nelson on the play.
These yardage, the yardage that will be that the Eagles will get from here on in will be the tough yardage. There won't be anything simple about what they accomplish. The corners that time came up and pressed both wide receivers right in their face, showing the quarterback Cunningham, hey, we're going to blitz. This is man-to-man coverage.
2nd and 5. Cunningham up the middle, has Spagnola, and Spagnola close to the goal line. He is not in, but he'll give the Eagles first and goal. Andre Tippett made the tackle, and a 15-yard pickup to the veteran tight end. Spagnola with his first catch of the ball game. He's the second leading receiver for the Eagles.
You have 3 great wide receivers. You have to respect those with defensive backs. Spagnola's case, what happened was that the Patriots thought that Andre Tippett could cover him man for man. He couldn't.
First and goal at the 1. Toney goes in for the score. That was a smart drive by Cunningham and particularly the offensive line. They opened up some good holes for the Eagles. And Anthony Toney with his 3rd touchdown rushing of the season. And the Eagles now have opened up a 23-10 lead over the Patriots with just under 9 minutes remaining in this quarter.
89 Little, David Little, the tight end, going outside. It's a simple little dive action with, as you can see, Toney reading the block of his guard and tackle. Pressure inside. He just bounces outside and gets into the end zone.
Paul McFadden successful on the conversion. And this was quite a drive. Toney gets the touchdown. 74 yards. A penalty marker is down.
Patriots 10.
And it was against the Eagles, so McFadden.
Holding number 89 offense. Try to point again.
Kenneth Sims has a bruise. And he'll be back, the defensive left end for the Patriots. Holding was called on Dave Little, so there's Little, and so McFadden will have to attempt the conversion once more. A 29-yard kick upcoming with Telchik holding for the Eagles. And this kick is good, so the Eagles now lead it 24-10. And the big man on that drive was Anthony Toney, who carried 6 times for 29 yards and scored the touchdown. 24-10 bulge of the New England Patriots on Anthony Toney's score. John Telchik is getting ready to kick off for Philadelphia. Deep for the Patriots is Elgin Davis. That drive used up all 6 minutes and 4 seconds of this 3rd quarter. So the Patriots will handle the ball for the first time offensively in this quarter, and it's nearly halfway history. Short kick. Over to the side. And it's fielded by Reggie Dupard. Breaks the tackle. Dupard gets a couple of extra yards in the bargain and brings it out beyond the 30-yard line. Making the stop for Philadelphia, William Frizzell and Bobby Morse. The AFC East race. 5 teams at 5-5. This is the latest in the season that as many teams have been tied for the lead. And look at what Buffalo is doing to Miami. Cornelius Bennett certainly has made an impact there. And look at that defensive effort as the Bills lead 21-0 in the third quarter. A Patriot has been shaken up. We'll check on who he is. In other scores, the Jets in front of the Cincinnati Bengals 17-10. Indianapolis ahead of Houston 28-10. So things look good right now for the Colts, the Jets, and the Bills.
Houston kind of falling apart in that AFC Central the last 2 weeks.
Green Bay and Chicago in that the oldest rivalry in the NFL, and the Packers may have the best wild card opportunity after New Orleans and Minnesota. Speaking of the Saints, they're on the short end at Three Rivers Stadium. The Cardinals over Atlanta. Neil Lomax 279 yards passing in this first half. It looks like Elgin Davis is the shaken up player for the Patriots and will take a timeout.
Ramsey is doing is keying the strong safety. If the strong safety goes to the right, then Ramsey turns around to where Collins will be on the left because he'll be running on linebackers, and that's all they're doing.
Elgin Davis seems to be all right on the sideline for the Patriots. By the way, Collins has caught 5 passes for 68 yards. 2nd and 4. Patriots on their 38. Ramsey with play action. He's going for Collins and nearly made a sensational circus catch. He tried to beat his defender, Seth Joyner, who did a fine job against the running back in pass coverage.
Good job once again by Morris. 75, the center. As you can see, Ramsey will take the snap and he'll go out to the right side. Notice the right guard, Ron Wooten and Farrell. Now look at Morris. He's looking for someone. What he's trying to do is if no linebackers show, he will move to the outside and protect the quarterback on a blitz. No one shows, no one blitzes. Ramsey sprints to the right.
3rd down and 4. Cedric Jones and Stephen Starring come in. 4 wide receivers in the shotgun for Tom Ramsey. Ramsey gets a safety blitz and it's picked off by Albert Fowl. There's the Eagle defense the way Buddy Ryan likes him to play as Andre Waters came in on a safety blitz and Albert Fowl picked off the interception for the Eagles.
Pressure on Ramsey this time coming from the linebackers blitzing. Also, you can see Waters 20. Andre Waters blitzes from the outside. Ramsey picks it up late, turns around and lays the football up. Now, there's got to be a bad route or bad communication here because with the safeties playing as deep as there are, there's no reason for Albert Fowl to intercept this ball. It should have been an adjustment by the wide receiver.
For Fowles, his 4th interception of the year. He leads the Eagles, and Cunningham has the Birds on the Patriot 43, and the first pass is caught by Spagnola. He has a first down and a few extra yards tacked on to the 27-yard line, a gain of 16. Jim Bowman made the stop, and the Eagles are threatening to really open up this ball game with under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
First down of the last series, Andre Tippett came to the backside, the weak side of Cunningham, and stopped the play. This time he went to the backside, and what the Eagles did, come out play action and threw strong side where Tippett would have been.
First down at the 27 of the Patriots. Crowd a little irritated right now, and Yancey. Tony couldn't go inside, tried to go outside, and he was met by Ed Williams and Lawrence McGrew. I hope he had brought a lot of jerseys with him today, Anthony Tony.
Good job by McGrew, the inside linebacker, injured earlier. That's the same play, that delayed draw that the Eagles are running that was so successful in the last drive, Dick. But these guys are pretty sharp. They get on the sideline, they point it out, draw it up on the blackboard, and come back out and say, hey, we'll stop what you heard us with on the last series. They did that time.
No gain on the play, 2nd down 10. Nearly 7 minutes remain in this third quarter. Up on the handoff. Cunningham is outliving, and he's going deep into the end zone and overthrows smartly. The play looked like, Terry, it was a handoff to Anthony Tony, but smartly Cunningham went around and did not lose anything on the play.
Tippett, 56, Andre Tippett. Notice there's no tight end over here. No tight end. He's on the backside now of Cunningham. Coming out on the backside, as you can see, the tackle that time doesn't even spot him. Darwin, and then Cunningham forced wide, and then right into Andre Tippett's hands, and then Cunningham just simply throws it out of the end zone. They have him now to his blind side. Cunningham can't see him. Where are you? Oh, you're over here on the left. Oh, no, that's my blind side.
Eagles come out with 4 wide outs. 3rd down and 10. Pressure outside, and the pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Good pressure on the last 2 downs by the New England Patriots, and they have held here. And it is 4th down, and McFadden comes into the ball game. That'll be a long field goal try for McFadden. The Eagles are leading by 2 touchdowns. Telchik is also in there. This would be a 44-yard attempt by McFadden. This is a 39-yarder a couple of weeks ago against the Giants. He was under fire. He's come back a bit. There's a high snap, and the kick is no good. Off to the left. Well, Terry, the Patriot defense clamped down when they have to, and so down by 2 touchdowns, New England and Ray Berry's team goes on offense again to see if they can get back in this game. 1st down. Mosi to Tupu, and a penalty marker is down. It is against the Patriots. The crowd getting a bit anxious, and there's support in the stands.
Holding 75 offense. 1st down.
Guy Morris, the center. Crowd is yelling for Doug Flutie. There is Flutie signaling in signs, and Raymond Berry said, you know, it's a tough position to put him in. He's just learning the offense, and they would rather not use him if they don't have to.
That's true. You look at the stats that Ramsey had in the first half, he wouldn't be complaining or booing. He was 8 for 12, 120 yards, and 1 TD.
Pretty good numbers. 1st and 20, back at the 18-yard line. Following the penalty. Throw by Ramsey, incomplete, intended for Irving Fryer. Right now, for an NFL Today report, let's check in with Brent Musburger in New York. Brent, what do you have?
Dick, we've got the New Orleans Saints on the comeback trail. Mays gets into the corner now, and they trail the Steelers by only 4. If the Saints pull this out, they would guarantee their first winning season ever. Back to Dick.
Thank you, Brent. What an event that would be for New Orleans. Looking to nail down wild card, and they still have a shot at a division title in the West. 2nd down and 20. Ramsey up the middle again, and a catch, and it should be a 1st down. Cedric Jones, who has made the tough catches all day, for 20 yards. And it is a New England 1st down. Big play up to the 39-yard line.
Eagles gambling once again with Andre Waters, the strong safety, blitzing Ramsey. And actually, there's no way in the world Ramsey should have thrown that football to Cedric Jones. He had 3 men on him, and Ramsey forced it in there using great arm strength.
4 catches for Jones for 62 yards. 1st down and 10 at the 39. Tupu, been the chief ball carrier today. Gets 4. Making the tackle. Mike Golick.
96 by Simons.
Time remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles have scored the only touchdown in this 2nd half. Anthony Toney with a 1-yard run after Philadelphia marked 74 yards and chewing up 6 minutes at the start of this quarter. 2nd and 6 at the 43. Ramsey, that'll go against Philadelphia. Collins makes the diving catch at the 45-yard line of New England. It is a completion, but a penalty marker is down.
It's going to be on 74, Mike Pitts. Tackle offside, drawn offside by the voice inflection by Ramsey. Ramsey's smart, though.
Offside. Defense. Penalty is declined. 1st down.
Ramsey smart enough to go ahead and carry on with the play, gets the ball to his back for the big first down, decline the penalty, keep the yardage, you bet.
12-yard pickup. 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. The Eagles lead the Patriots 24-10. Big pass to Cedric Jones for 20 yards. And now the Patriots are in Eagle territory. First down. Pryor goes in motion. Motion to Tupu. Picks up about 3. Terry Hogue and Andre Waters, the two Eagles safeties, make the stop. But, you know, you're right. You can't complain about Tom Ramsey. He has thrown a couple of tough passes here for completions on this series.
Well, he's done a good job. That time Reggie White got off of his in position, jumped down at nose tackle, brought both tackles down with him. They jumped into the 46, and Ramsey got out and ran an audible, a running play, thinking, well, this is the ideal situation for us to run to the right.
Second down and 8 at the Eagle 43-yard line. Ramsey and Ken Clark chases him and knocks him down for the 4th sack of the game by the Philadelphia Eagles. And Ken Clark, who played his high school football in the Boston area, with his first sack of the game.
Well, they like Clark, 71. Now he is over the center. This time Morris sitting alongside of him, as you can see, Clark and Pitts. Clark goes up inside and then to the left and goes right by Morris, and in the back trying to help out way too high. As you can see, Clark pulls it off and then finally gets in there and gets the sack on Ramsey.
Reggie White has 2, Mike Pitts 1, and now Clark. Third down and 12 at the 47 with 7 defensive backs. Here comes the rush, and down goes Ramsey. Back in his own territory at the 44-yard line. That time it was Terry Hogue from free safety and Mike Pitts, a loss of 9 after the 4-yard loss on the previous play. It'll be 4th down, and Rich Camarillo will come in and punt for New England, but you can't blame Tom Ramsey for any of those last 2 sacks.
Well, you really can't. That time was the same front they had shown the time before when Clark had gotten the pressure on Ramsey in the sack. This time Seth Joyner came free from the outside and made the sack.
Bobby Morse, Michigan State rookie, 12th round pick, is back for the Eagles. Camarillo with a line drive kick, and Morse at the 21. To the 26, penalty marker thrown. 36-yard kick. It was Johnny Rembert on the tackle on Morse, and let's see what the flag is all about. Looks like illegal block. That'll set Philadelphia back. A familiar call on punt returns. Every time it looks like Tom Dooley's going to turn that mic on and tell us, he turns around.
We have an illegal block. Number 38 on the receiving team. First down. Timeout.
New Orleans and Minnesota seem to be the front runners for the 2 wild card berths right now, although the Saints still have a shot at the NFC West title. But you never know in the final weeks, and the idea is to keep winning and see what happens, and the Eagles are doing that right here. They have a first down on their own 14-yard line. Hand off to Michael Haddix, the fullback. He gets a couple. Crosses the 15-yard line. Garen Veras and Steve Nelson on the stop. Wind down to 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Steve Nelson, 57, one of the inside linebackers for the Patriots, been here many years. Said he's not going to play anymore. He's going to retire, get a job, go to work, have a human job, I guess. A real job, right?
2nd and 7 at the 17. Haddix again. Brings it out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4, and once again Steve Nelson on the tackle. So the Buffalo Bills rolling it up on the Miami Dolphins. Jets clinging to a 1-touchdown lead over Cincinnati, and the Colts comfortably in front of Houston. So we know of 3 clubs that appear to be headed for 6-5 records in the AFC East, and the Patriots need a rally here if they want to become the 4th. 3rd down and 4 at the 20. Cunningham's pass. Out of the backfield is Bobby Morse. And that'll be a first down for the Philadelphia Eagles. Bobby Morse, who's been hampered with bruised ribs, didn't play against the Cardinals. 12th round draft pick who has made it with the Eagles out of Michigan State, as we said. And the ball is at the 28.
Morse coming up and shifting up to the line, getting in the slot, and then Blackman, 28, the designated spy man on Cunningham. He came off of Cunningham and got out there late on Morse. Too late for him. He made the first down.
Morse and Tony in the backfield, and it's Tony. Gets maybe a yard, and that's all. Big play in the first half was a Patriot fumble, and Mike Pitts rumbled 21 yards to set up a touchdown that gave the Eagles a 10-point lead. The Patriots came back to come within one touchdown, but here in the second half, an opening drive score by the Eagles, and they're up by 2 touchdowns, 24-10. Under a minute to play in this third quarter. 2nd and 9, Philadelphia on their own 29-yard line. And the pass caught and out of bounds. John Spagnuolo, who's had a busy afternoon. Ed Williams on the stop, about a yard short of a first down. Spagnuolo has caught 3 for 37 yards. By the way, originally a draft choice by the Patriots. He was a 9th round pick in 1979 and cut by New England.
Very active in the strike. That was a strike there from Cunningham. You know, Cunningham got sacked 6 to 12 times in the last 2 games, and the offensive line has been under a lot of fire, a lot of heat. But today, it seems like they've turned it around and put the heat on the Patriots.
Patriots have only 2 sacks. 3 tight ends on 3rd down. They're stopping him. Michael Haddix. Great penetration by the New England Patriots defense. So the Patriot defense, other than that first drive by the Eagles, has been superlative. It was Andre Tippett and Toby Williams that time. Tippett having a tremendous season. 4th down, and John Telchik will kick it away. Back for the Patriots. And Prophet nearly got a piece of it. Fryer at the 26. Down at the 35-yard line. 10-yard return. Dave Little making the stop, and that is the end of the third quarter with the score. The Eagles 24, the Patriots 10. We now pause for a word from your local station. For the start of the fourth quarter. This is Dick Stockton along with Terry Bradshaw, and a big fourth quarter upcoming. The Eagles lead the Patriots 24-10 in a critical possession here for New England. 1st and 10 on their 35, and the pass is out to Irving Fryer, and Fryer is out of bounds. Picked up 7 yards on the play to the 43-yard line. Irving Fryer, a thoroughbred. He's had his personal problems. They've been well chronicled, but Raymond Berry told us that, A, he's enthusiastic, he plays hard, he's well liked by his teammates. His problem may be that he's immature.
We got a little growing up to do, and went to Nebraska, was a big star there, kind of babied and pampered a little bit, but the guy obviously has a tremendous amount of talent.
First catch of the game for Fryer. 2nd down and 3 at the 42. Play action. Ramsey dumps it off to Lynn Dawson, and Dawson, the tight end, has a first down on his first reception of the ball game. Gary Cobb catches him from behind, and the Patriots on the 14-yard pickup are in Eagle territory at the 49. 2 big plays there.
You got to believe that Ramsey went to Grogan and said, look, I'm enough of this simple stuff. Let's get out here and let's mix this thing up. Play action, throw on first down, little quick screen, little play action again, throw it down the middle. Let's get this thing going and move it. We got to score and get back in this ball game.
Dawson goes out of the ball game. Cedric Jones is in. 3 wide receiver alignment. 1st and 10 at the 49. Mosi Tupu looking for room. None there. And he's knocked back for a loss as the Eagle defense sky high now, and what they know is a big series. It was the outside linebackers, Seth Joyner and Gary Cobb, who made the play.
Right now, the Patriots had things going their way. No pressure on Ramsey the first 2 times he cocked his arm back to throw the football. Throw it again. You got to put pressure on this young Eagles defense, because when teams have put pressure on them, they folded. You can throw the football on them, but you got to believe you can do it.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Back at the 49. Penalty marker down. Bruce Armstrong, the right tackle, might have moved. And Reggie White, who picked up a couple of early sacks.
False start, offense, 2nd down.
False start would be on the quarterback. Call the wrong cadence, call the whatever. Gets up there, nobody's sure. Gets the guys drawn off sides.
You know, Terry, even though that the Eagles have 5 sacks today, Reggie White had a good first series, but they've kind of kept him at bay since the opening.
Well, I think New England's played into their hands. They haven't created enough problems for them. Been very vanilla in their offensive approach in the first 2 quarters.
2nd down and 17 following the penalty. Ramsey with time, and Collins tries to make a very tough catch. It was tipped by Gary Cobb defending downfield.
Plenty of time for Ramsey to throw the football, and Collins was wide open. One of the reasons he had plenty of time was Armstrong, their fine offensive right tackle, and Dawson, 87, the tight end, doubling up on White. I don't care how good you are. You put 2 guys in someone's face, and you're going to get the job done some of the times. As you can see, Collins there, number 33, beats his man. Poor pass.
Cobb was one of those defenders who were taken out of the second half of last week's game. Collins has had a field day as a receiver out of the backfield for the Patriots, who now face 3rd and 17 back to their 44. Ramsey facing pressure, and he's not going to get away. And the 6th sack of the ball game by the Philadelphia Eagle defense. Seth Joyner had a hold of him.
You're going to see 34. That's Terry Hogue, the free safety, coming blitzing. Seth Joyner, 59, blitzing. Andre Waters, 20, blitzing. Now, the real problem wasn't that they blitzed and that people didn't do a good job of holding them out. The real problem was that the quarterback saw the blitz, never took his eyes off of him, and looked downfield to get rid of the ball.
That's Reggie White, who's shaken up on the field. Clyde Simmons actually got to Ramsey. Joyner was right with him. It's the 6th sack of the ball game, and Bruce Armstrong, the number 1 pick, the rookie right tackle, is also hurt on the play, and he's over at the Patriots sideline. But Reggie White, he's a key man for Philadelphia.
Let's see if we can pick up what happened to Armstrong. He would be number 78 on the left of your screen. As you can see, he goes back to help out, and he gets his legs rolled up under him by one of his own men, who was knocked into him by Clark, the other tackle for the Eagles.
Well, Armstrong seems to be in better shape than Reggie White, who looks like he's getting back to it.
Well, they can't afford to lose White, and of course the Patriots can't afford to lose this guy. But whatever Buddy Ryan told his young football team this past week, it certainly has gotten them fired up, because when it's time to throw the football, they pin their ears back, and they have gotten to Ramsey.
It's 4th down, and Reggie White walking off on his own. That would not be an even exchange in injuries, Bruce Armstrong and Reggie White, but both of them seem to be all right. It is 4th down, and Rich Camarillo will be kicking. Bobby Morse is back for the Eagles with 13:09 remaining in this 4th quarter.
Bobby Morse is back to receive Rich Camarillo's punt.
So the Patriots were unable to sustain the drive, and now they have to let the defense come back and try to get the ball back. Camarillo with a booming kick. Morris at the 14. Stopped short of the 20-yard line. 45-yard kick and a 4-yard return. Cedric Jones, he's done everything today.
1st and 10. Eagles have the ball at their own 19.
Percentage passing game with a lot of yards and a touchdown pass, but 6 sacks by the Eagles defense, and the most spectacular play was the touchdown pass. Mike Quick, 61 yards as the Eagles lead 24-10 with that much time remaining in the fourth quarter. And Terry, it seems that every time Buddy Ryan says that the defense doesn't play with enough emotion, they come back with a big game, as they did against the Redskins, as they have so far against New England.
That's true. Every time they've had a bad game, they've seemed to have come back, but they're so young, they have to learn how to week in and week out play at the top of their game, and it's very hard for a young team to do that. Consequently, Ryan has them home. He beats them a little bit over the week, and then they come into New England, come up here and play these Patriots and play a well of a game so far.
Well, one of the 2 turnovers was a critical play, and this was the fumble that led to the touchdown that gave the Eagles a 10-point lead.
Sean Farrell knocking the ball out of the quarterback's hand, and of course Mike Pitts picking it up and rambling all the way to the 1-yard line.
Eagles have a first down on their 19-yard line. Anthony Toney cuts against the grain, and Anthony Toney with a big gainer, still going. Toney gets into Patriot territory to the 45-yard line. A 36-yard run from scrimmage. Brent Williams and Lawrence McGrew making the tackle. And that's the second longest run from scrimmage by the Eagles this year.
Toney in a familiar position at the tailback spot, something he played at Texas A&M. As a matter of fact, out of his own mouth came the words that this offense is exactly like the one that we ran at A&M, and I'm very comfortable with it. This is a good job. Now, you think they've got him down? No way. Back to the outside, cuts back inside. Nice job of running.
89 yards for Anthony Toney on 16 carries, so the running game is present and accounted for Philadelphia today. There's Michael Haddock spinning off a couple of defenders and picking up nearly 4 yards on the play. Making the tackle is Lawrence McGrew for the Patriots.
Sorry, Dick. One of the things you have to, as you look at Anthony Toney, 89 yards, outstanding day rushing the football, but one of the problems that could happen now is that the Patriots could gamble, panic a little bit, start gambling, and when they gamble, you start missing tackles and giving up big plays, not only running, but also passing.
By the way, Reggie White has a sprained left ankle, and he could return to the game for the Eagles. Their defensive end. Second down and 6 at the 41. 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Randall Cunningham up the middle, and he's got Toney, and it's now a football. Toney to the 20-yard line inside the 20 and knocked out of bounds at the 15 by Jim Bowman. Another first down, and the Eagles are threatening to break open this game. That good for 26 yards.
You're going to see on the left center of your screen McGrew 50. Lawrence McGrew blitzes, and that puts Toney man for man with Bowman in the backfield, who runs into his own man, allowing Toney to make an easy reception and get another big first down for the Eagles. Remember, when you panic, you miss tackles and you give up big plays rushing and pass receiving.
62 yards in 2 plays to Anthony Toney, 1 a run and 1 in a pass reception. He has scored an Eagle touchdown today. Now Philadelphia with a first down on the Patriot 15, leading 24-10, and hungry for more. And a mix-up, and Cunningham takes the loss. That was a mixed connection. Lawrence McGrew was there on the stop on Randall Cunningham.
For about 3 plays, the Eagles looked like a veteran football team that was headed to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they remind us of their youth and inexperience as Cunningham turns around to the left. His man had gone to the right.
By the way, bad news for the Patriots. Their starting center, Guy Morris, has a broken right hand and will not return to the game. The Eagles faced with second down and 14 on the Patriot 19-yard line. And Cunningham doesn't like what he sees and calls a timeout. Randall Cunningham, who has thrown at least 1 touchdown pass in all 8 regular games this season, kept it going today, and a timeout. We'll be back to New England. Well, you might say the Vultures is circling the Patriots, who are trailing 24-10. But even if they lose, the Patriots will be only 1 game behind in the AFC East. Better position than the Eagles are. Cunningham back to throw on 2nd and 14. And going to Mike Quick, and he's got it for the touchdown. Mike Quick with his 2nd touchdown reception, and the Eagles have opened up what could be a 3-touchdown lead. A 19-yard play, but a penalty marker is down.
Well, they're calling pushing off. More than likely, this will be on Quick, too.
Offensive pass interference, number 82, second down.
That's how he got free, right?
Cunningham scrambles to his left once again, doing exactly what the Patriots wanted him to do. They said they want him scrambling to their left. He gets out to the left. Quick evidently gives a little push off, gets wide open in the corner of the end zone. Now notice the little spin move. Look at this. Boom, little spin move right there. Very last. Andre Tippett says, I've got you. No, now I don't. Outside is Cunningham throwing to his left. Woo. The National Football League better wake up and realize, don't force this kid to the left. He's too good. Now, I don't know who. I don't have any idea who Quick pushed off of. Looked like it could have been Nelson.
Second down and 24. Back to the 29. And Cunningham is going again for Mike Quick. And what a catch. Touchdown, a penalty marker down, and Quick was pushed, and that will go in the books. What a play by Mike Quick. 29 yards. He beat Ernest Gibson and Fred Marion for the touchdown. Penalty marker down, but this should go as an Eagle touchdown, and a sensational play by Mike Quick. He made that
Pass
count.
interference, number 43 defense, penalties decline, touchdown.
Ernest Gibson.
Ernest Gibson, 43, has Quick man for man. There's the stride, and there's the speed that Quick. Notice the one step. He has his man, and then the left hand of Ernest Gibson placed on Quick's back. They throw the flag. It wasn't pushing. You just can't touch the receiver.
Gibson on the flag, and Quick with his second touchdown reception of the game, 29 yards. Telchik is holding for Paul McFadden. And McFadden adds the conversion, and it's 31-10. So Mike Quick now with 8 touchdown receptions on the year today has caught 5 for 121 yards, and that was a picture-perfect play.
Anytime you can get a receiver with this guy's ability, man for man, bump and run, every quarterback in the National Football League sees this, turns around, makes an audible. It's called a quick takeoff, and all you do is lay it up for the corner of the end zone and allow this guy to make a great burst for the football, and then the stretch, and then the grab, a thing of beauty.
50 touchdown receptions. That's 5-0 for Mike Quick over the last 5 years, more than any other NFL receiver. You're looking at the guy at the top of his profession, Mike Quick, and it's 31-10. The Eagles lead with 10 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. And the way the Eagle defense is playing today, it's going to be a very long uphill attempt for the Patriots the rest of this way.
Anthony Toney was as much responsible for the success of the Eagle passing attack, because they were able to run the football, and then all of a sudden you gear your defense to stop the run, and then Quick, boom, right behind everyone for the touchdown.
And what about Randall Cunningham? Was the ability to get out of trouble. You saw that spin move on the penalty before, and really to zing it downfield.
And the thing about Randall, they changed his throwing motion from an overhand to a three-quarter motion to make him more accurate, which he was, but when the heat got on him, he went back to throwing it the way he knew how to throw it. He's still doing it his way.
Telchik kicking off. It's a short kick. And Irving Fryer up the 11-yard line. Look at Irving Fryer knock away would-be tacklers, and is finally knocked out of bounds at the 44 by Russell Gary. And right now, for an update on the Bear-Packer game, let's check in with Brent Musburger in New York. Brent?
Nick, we've got less than 12 minutes to go in Soldier Field, and the Bears now lead the Green Bay Packers by 10 points on that run by Thomas Sanders. It's 20-10. Back to Dick.
All right, and there's Doug Flutie on the sidelines, who quarterbacked the Bears in their divisional playoff loss to the Washington Redskins. Reggie White, by the way, who was shaken up before, is back in the lineup for the Eagles. First down for the Patriots at the 42, and the pass is complete into Eagle territory and caught by Stanley Morgan. And it looks like a hurry-up offense.
It is. It's a hurry-up offense. Ramsey will have called 2 plays in the huddle. If he completes this next one, he'll line them up and call 2 plays at the line of scrimmage.
9.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Ramsey drills it, and a diving catch. Did he hold on? No, it's an incompleted pass intended again for Morgan, and Roynell Young was the closest man to him.
This is fun time. Now you get to go back in the huddle, and the quarterback has complete control of this. You don't look to the sidelines. When it's 2-minute drill, you call the plays. You don't have to listen to anyone but your own thoughts and whatever you think will work. See, now he's calling 2 plays, tells everybody, hey, it'll be on the first sound. That saves time. You get up there, set your team, and then go.
3rd down and 1 for the Patriots on the Eagle 49. A 3-touchdown lead for Philadelphia. Inside handoff to Tupu. First down plus. And Mosi Tupu carries it into the 37-yard line. Terry Hogue on the tackle and a gain of 12. And here's that play that they call.
Notice Ramsey turning around. He had a running play on. He only called 1 play, which was a mistake. You should call 2 to save time.
Working with 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Ramsey's pass intended for Irving Fryer. Waters was covering, but the pass wasn't there, and he was under tremendous pressure by the Eagle defense once again.
What you have to understand in running a passing offense is that certain offenses are designed to get 1 man open, not 3 people open. And that pass right there was designed primarily for Irving Fryer. Ramsey had to wait for Fryer to come off a jam. It took too long. And that's the reason for the incompletion.
2nd and 10 at the Eagles 37. Coming Ramsey again, and once again the pass is incomplete. Yelling for a foul is Fryer, and he's going to get it. A late call. Andre Waters complaining to the official. It looked like Fryer complained, and then the flag went down. It'll be an automatic first down for the Patriots.
Well, that's the field judge. Johnny Greer standing way back in the end zone. He sees it.
Pass interference. Number 20 defense. First down.
Andre Waters. Well, that time an appeal worked in a hurry, didn't it?
What happened, the umpire standing behind the center, he could not see the ball and whether or not the player went through Irving Fryer. Now, you can see it here. There's the ball. Ooh, that's close. Anyway, the field judge says, I saw it, penalty.
First down at the 35 of the Eagles. Ramsey to the sideline. And he's got his man, Stephen Starring, with his first catch of the ball game. 12-yard pickup. Keep in mind that he has 2 injured knees. They called it a toothache.
Toothache knees. He gets 1 hit and it aches for a few weeks. Then he gets it well, and the other one gets hit and it aches for a while. Then they forced to play him today and gets them both hit, and it'll ache for a few more weeks.
Starring is being talked to by Harold Jackson, a former member of the Eagles and one of the great wide receivers of this game, now a Patriot coach. First down for New England at the 23 of Philadelphia. Working in a hurry to pass to Collins. Incomplete. Mike Reichenbach defending on the play. 8 minutes and 42 seconds remain in the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd down for Ramsey. Tony Eason injured a right shoulder early in November, and Steve Grogan with a sprained left shoulder. Doug Flutie, the other healthy quarterback, and Ramsey. He led the Patriots to a 24-0 whitewashing of the Colts last week, trying to bring the Patriots way back here. His pass is caught to the 13 by Stanley Morgan. Fouls and Hogue defending. And once again, the Patriots playing as if there are 2 minutes left in this game.
Well, they're playing it exactly the way they should play it. They should throw the ball every down 31-10. And the fans are probably saying, hey, why didn't they do this earlier? This is fun. This is exciting.
Why didn't they?
Because they wanted to run a balanced offense and get behind 31-10.
First down, and the pass into the end zone, and it appears to be intercepted, but out of bounds is Elbert Fowles. Fowles, who already has intercepted 1 pass today, nearly picked off another, but he could not come down in the end zone, and it'll go as an incomplete.
Morgan driving to the corner of the end zone actually goes behind Elbert Fowles, and the ball apparently looks as though Ramsey threw it right to Fowles. Now, there's the catch. There's 1 foot, and the left foot is out of bounds. Incomplete. You could probably argue there that maybe Morgan pushed him out, but no way. Got the ball, came straight down, then he pushed him out.
2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line. 8:12 to go. Ramsey flush from the pocket and throws the ball away. Irving Fryer, the intended receiver, but a tremendous rush put on by Mike Pitts of the Eagles, who's making his first start today.
Pitt's disappointed in being traded by Atlanta. Marion Campbell unloaded him. He came up here. It feels like his life's been rejuvenated. Got an opportunity to play when Jerome Brown went down with an injured elbow. In the last 2 weeks, has played outstanding football. They call it buddy football, buddy brand of football.
2 sacks for Pitts. And, of course, he picked up the fumble and ran 21 yards with it today to set up the big touchdown. Ramsey has completed only 3 of his last 9. 3rd down and 10 after 13. And this pass to Stanley Morgan is in for the touchdown, and a marker is down. Penalty marker down on the opposite side. Morgan had beaten Elbert Fowles, but let's wait and see.
Holding number 20 defense.
It's a touchdown. Andre Waters was holding, and Raymond Berry's Patriots are beginning a comeback here.
Look at the cushion that Fowles gives Stanley Morgan. Absolutely the ideal place to go. There's no way. He used the end zone actually as a defender by just standing there, playing everything in front of him, but Morgan just simply ran right by him. Poor coverage.
And the 60th receiving touchdown of a brilliant career by Stanley Morgan, his 3rd this season. Tony Franklin with Ramsey holding, and the kick is good, and it is now a 31-17 game. The Patriots still trail by 2 touchdowns, but they have 8 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Now the ball's in the court of their defense.
We got a ball game.
Desperate Waters score a touchdown, but still trail 31-17. Tony Franklin getting set to kick off to the Eagles, and Alan Reed goes back for Philadelphia. 8:03 on the clock. Patriots with the full complements of timeouts if they get down to that. Eagles are semi-expecting an onside kick. It's a short end-over-end affair, and Reed on the run can't stay in bounds as he fields it on the 10, and his momentum brings him out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and that's a break for New England. And right now, for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York. Brent?
All right, Dick, the Saints have taken the lead on the Steelers. Avery was shaken up, returned, and tossed this touchdown pass on the money to Martin, 19 yards. It's 17-14 Saints. Back to Dick.
All right, Brent, and the 49ers have to play the Browns tonight and the Bears later on. The Saints' schedule isn't all that difficult, so they really have a shot at the NFC West title, don't they?
When you've never had a winning season, every game is difficult if you're a Saints fan. A lot of frustrating years for that organization.
1st and 10 Eagles on the 12-yard line. Crowd urging on the Patriot defense right here. And on 1st down, Anthony Toney doesn't get much. This is where the crowd can come into play, and the Patriots.
Very key series here, Dick. What has to happen? Get them out of there. Make them punt. Give you the ball back with, say, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Quick drive. Get down and put the pressure. The pressure is actually on the Eagles. They have to make something. They need 1st downs.
They started their last 3 possessions inside the 20-yard line. They have 2nd and 10 on the 12 here. And Toney trying to go outside, and he's brought down by Ed Williams. Terry, is there a danger of becoming too cautious for Philadelphia here?
Well, what Philadelphia's thinking is we can't cause a turnover. We can't give the ball up here. We'll play very conservative, and hopefully our running backs will break one like they did the time before and get us out of this. As you can see there, the pressure by Bowman, 28, was a safety blitz, and he forced the running back wide and allowed the linebackers to come up and make the stop. 3rd and 11.
And with 3rd and 11, as you see Bowman, the Eagles have brought in Greg Garrity, their clutch wide receiver, and Junior Tautalakazi, who can catch out of the backfield. 3rd and 11 at the 11. Cunningham up the middle to Kenny Jackson. Defended on the play by Ron McSwain, the nickel back, and it's 4th down.
You're going to see an all-out. See number 28, Bowman, the safety coming from the outside. Number 31 coming up on a blitz. Putting the pressure on. Cunningham had his man Jackson wide open for what would have been an 89-yard touchdown pass. but he led him too far.
Pelchick in the end zone, and Irving Fryer is standing in midfield for the Patriots. A low kick. And Fryer will have the ball in Eagle territory as it goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line, a 34-yard kick. And the crowd on its feet here at Foxborough, and there's still hope for the Patriots. They trail by 2 touchdowns. 6:17 to go. And next Saturday, CBS Sports very proudly presents 2 of college football's greatest traditions. 2 o'clock Eastern, the 88th Army-Navy game. And then, from the Downtown Athletic Club in New York City, CBS Sports will cover the announcement of this year's Heisman Trophy Award. Now, a lot of people think Tim Brown of Notre Dame is a cinch. He hasn't had great games the last 2, Terry.
That's true. That kid up at Syracuse, you talk about an impact player this year alone, I would say he has much a chance or an opportunity to win it as Brown.
Don McPherson, the quarterback, and Gordy Lockman of Holy Cross also a contender. Meanwhile, the Patriots are a contender if they can get something going, and a flag is thrown, and a delay of game call has been charged against the Patriots.
How in the world can you have a delay of game when you just received the ball on a punt, you call a play in the line of scrimmage, and you go up to the line to call a play, snap it off? How in the world can you delay a game? I can't believe it. Stanley Morgan, as you can see, is pointing to Ramsey. Look at the clock. Look at the clock. We don't have much time. Snap the ball off.
1st and 15. Back to the 43. Ramsey's pass, wide open, is posting to Tupu, and he goes out of bounds at the Eagles' 34-yard line. Cedric Brown making the tackle. So it'll be 2nd down and about 6. Call it a long 6 for the Patriots.
You'll see the Eagles dropping back, and one of the things that the Patriots will do will try to get the ball to the sideline so their players can catch the passes and run out of bounds. Eagles will give them that for a while, then they'll get impatient and take it away.
Ball is at the 34 of Philadelphia. Ramsey's pass caught by Morgan. Covering his fouls. 1st down, New England.
Fouls is playing way off of Stanley Morgan, and if I were Ramsey, the quarterback, I would call all my plays. Check with me. I'd call every play at the line of scrimmage, and I would run this route until Fouls 29 comes up and presses Morgan.
5 catches on the game for Stanley Morgan, including a touchdown reception. 1st down, Patriots at the Eagle 23. 6:07 to go.
Fouls is now pressing Morgan. Go deep.
Ramsey being flushed out of the pocket on a blitz, completes to Fryer, and Fryer is down at the 16-yard line by Terry Hogue, and you're right, Morgan was going deep, but I don't think Ramsey had a chance with the safety blitz.
Ramsey's been sacked too many times today. He doesn't have the patience to stand in long enough for a deep route. That time Morgan got deep. Ramsey felt the heat, got outside, got the ball to Fryer.
2nd and 2 at the 15. Ramsey's pass and a diving catch by Tony Collins out of the backfield. Andre Waters was there on the stop, close to 1st down yardage. And again, they're lining up. It shows you what wonders you can do on offense, Terry, as you know as well as anyone, when you're down by a lot and you line up with a 2-minute offense and start to throw.
One of the problems quarterbacks have that do not call their plays, they do not understand time and how to set it up and how to kill the clock and how to call plays at the line of scrimmage and save precious seconds. There's so many seconds wasted today just in this drive, Dick. Well, Ramsey having to wait for the plays, not getting them up, not setting his team, not really understanding what exactly he wanted to get done. There's Flutie. He's the guy that's been signaling in the plays. Now I think Ramsey has complete control. Now he has charge. Go ahead and run your game.
3rd down and 1, and they missed by actually less than a yard, just a matter of inches. There's Steve Grogan, who has the headset on now, not Flutie.
Well, actually, Grogan calls the plays and Flutie signals them in.
Ramsey has hit his last 5 passes. He has been complete his last 5 times. 3rd and 1. 5:28 remaining. Ramsey has a wide open to Tupu, who has a 1st and goal inside the 5. 11-yard gain. Evan Cooper on the tackle.
All out blitz by the Eagles. Then you see Tupu coming out of the backfield. backfield, and Ramsey spots him. Even Evan Cooper, 21, laying way off. That's the guy he has to cover. Tackles and knocks him out at the 3.
And most of these receivers have been wide open on the last 2 drives.
And most of their routes have all been toward the sideline.
First and goal at the 3. Willie Scott outside. Ramsey's pass up the middle. Touchdown to Willie Scott. They brought the ex-Kansas City Chief, Willie Scott, who's got good hands in the ball game for the first time. He lined up outside, and this is what happened.
You're going to see a confusion in the coverage that time. As you can see, Scott way out wide, comes back underneath the coverage. No one knew who he was, whether he was a receiver or tight end or running back. Total confusion.
And a big conversion coming up here by Tony Franklin is perfect. And all of a sudden, with 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go, the Patriots with 2 big scores. And I guess, Terry, you said before, we have ourselves a ball game. You can say it and underline it this time.
Well, what happened was we saw that the Patriots throwing to the boundaries, killing the clock, and then what happens, Dick, is that each receiver is covered by a specific defensive back. And when Scott went out wide, the linebacker did not want to go out with him because he's isolated and felt uncomfortable and wasn't prepared for it. Good call by the Patriots of bringing Scott inside for the touchdown.
Anxious moments for Buddy Ryan. And listen to the crowd.
Top left of your screen is Scott. Notice the linebacker, Seth Joyner. I'm sorry, that's Cobb. Cobb doesn't realize that's his man. He pulls off, and then all of a sudden, Scott comes underneath and makes the TD.
For the Eagles. And on the return, Chris Carter brings it out to the 23-yard line. That's how much time the Eagles used, or the Patriots used, to score, just under a minute. The score was 31-10 in favor of the Eagles at the 10-minute mark of this 4th quarter. And with 5:10 to go, it is now a 1-touchdown lead in the hands of Randall Cunningham. Patriots scored 2 touchdowns in 2:45. That's quick work. And the give is to Haddix. Nothing. Maybe a yard.
Well, these Patriots are fired up now. McGrew and Nelson, the middle linebackers, coming inside, stopping whatever type of running attack that the Eagles want to have, saying to them, well, you're not going to run the football on us. If you're going to move the football and win this game, you're going to have to throw it again.
You saw the score by quarters, and there's the time remaining. The Patriots have all 3 of their timeouts to go. 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line. Cunningham. Tippett missed him, and the pass is caught by Anthony Toney. And that'll be an Eagle first down, and a big one, getting him out of trouble as Andre Tippett missed Cunningham.
Houdini at work once again. We've seen this happen so many times throughout the years. You see Andre Tippett, 56, once again, blitzing from the blind side of Cunningham. Cunningham says, whoop, there you go, over my head. I'm going to come up and pull off another one of these little miracle passes that I've done all year long. First down, Eagles.
And the Eagles are in no hurry now, and we have under 4 minutes to play. First down on the Eagles' 38-yard line. 31-24, Philadelphia leading. Toney dives forward to the 42-yard line. Lawrence McGrew on the stop, and another penalty marker is down. And that'll be a holding against Philadelphia. 3:40 on the clock. Now it's a question as to whether the Eagles can hold off the on-rushing pass.
88 offense, first down.
John Spagnola.
If you're going to be successful running the football, you have to have a tight end that blocks. I don't care how good the guards and tackles are, how many Pro Bowls they've been into, but if you don't have a tight end that can block, you're in trouble. Spagnola can block. Unfortunately for him, he got called for holding.
First down and 20. And it's Anthony Toney. He gets a couple, and they'll use up some valuable time. Lawrence McGrew and Andre Tippett make the stop for the New England Patriots as we get close to the 3-minute mark in this game. Patriots scored 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and 45 seconds when they were down by 3 scores. And now the Patriots trying to get the ball back for one last shot to tie the game. Giants and Redskins coming up next for most of you on CBS. Patriots have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Raymond Berry trying to keep the Pats at least tied for first in that wild AFC East race. Second down and 16. Play action. Here's Cunningham doing his thing. And hit hard by Jim Bowman at the 40-yard line. And the Patriots are now forced to call a timeout, and a lot of time is ticked off. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
This guy scares you to death. Just when you think you have him, he gets away. I call him Houdini, and he's very frustrating. He just frustrates the heck out of you. As you can see, Vera says, "Oh, I got you. You're mine." And then look at this. Cunningham not only can scramble. I think that's a poor word to use to this guy. He's a sprinter out of the backfield. Gets to the sideline, and then Bowman knocks him down.
And right now, for another update on the New Orleans game, as you see that stop again and that hit by Jim Bowman, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York. Brent?
All right, Dick, it is 4th and goal for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 minutes and 13 seconds. They send power to the left side, and the Saints are equal to the challenge. The Saints now 2 minutes away from their first winning season ever. Back to Dick.
Thank you, Brent. And of course, if the Saints win and continue to press the San Francisco 49ers in that division, and certainly strengthening their wild card hopes, to say the least, then someone's got to catch the Minnesota Vikings, the next team in the wild card chase.
That's true. You know, I want to get back to Cunningham. You know, one of the things that's really going to be sad, I think, for the fans of the National Football League is when they make this kid stop running with the football and say, look, you're going to play a long time. You got to quit doing the things that are so great or so natural for you.
Well, maybe they won't. Who knows? Big third down here. 3rd down and 7 with the crowd roaring. Cunningham personally went over to some of the athletes, and here comes pressure. Cunningham's pass is incomplete. Fred Marion put on tremendous pressure on a safety blitz. Steve Nelson also there on the play. They didn't give Cunningham much of a chance to do anything that time.
You're going to see from the outside, Andre Tippett, 56, coming. Marion, 31, the free safety coming. Nelson up inside coming. Then Cunningham getting out wide, throwing the football, saving the sack.
Telchik will kick. Irving Fryer goes back for the Patriots with 2:17 on the clock and 2 timeouts left. There's Fryer. Good kick by Telchik, a tremendous punt inside the 10. And Fryer can only get to the 15-yard line as the clock stops with 6 seconds or 2:06 remaining. That was a 52-yard kick, and Russell Gary in on the stop. So with 2:06 to go, the Patriots will get at least 1 play off before the 2-minute warning. So the game is in front of us right here. 31-24, the Eagles lead. Tonight on CBS starts with 60 Minutes, a mystery story that ends in murder. 60 Minutes tonight on CBS, followed by Murder, She Wrote, and the CBS Sunday movie, The Long Journey Home, tonight on CBS. 1st and 10, and motion to Tupu on an inside handoff. Tupu with a first down to the 26-yard line. and a big play, and now the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. Andre Waters and Terry Hogue on the stop to Tupu with an 11-yard gain.
Andre Waters making the last tackle for the Eagles.
The Patriots have 2 timeouts left. Raymond Berry over on the sideline. Buddy Ryan. They did it in a hurry to get to within 1 touchdown. Morgan, Cedric Jones, and Pryor, 3 wide receivers on the Patriots 27. Ramsey's first pass is caught by Collins. Gets away. And out of bounds at the 35 to stop the clock at 1:53. Terry Hogue on the play.
Smart play by Collins. Actually, he had the first down, Dick, but then you realized, hey, I need to save some time on the clock. Turned around and ran out of bounds. He had the first down and gave it back. Now it's 2nd down, 1.
Collins has caught 8 passes out of the backfield today, including a touchdown. And Ramsey's a hot quarterback. He has hit his last 8. 2nd and 2. Open again is to Tupu, and he has a first down and out of bounds near midfield. William Frizzell made the play. That was good for 12.
The guesswork is excellent on behalf of the Patriots. Every time the Eagles had blitzed, they ran a different play. Now this time to come inside, take it back outside. So Tupu catches it and gets out of bounds.
And fans will always ask, why couldn't the Patriots do this throughout the entire game?
Well, different situation. Coaches feel like can do this and get away with it. They have to do this to get back in the game. They feel like they don't have to do that 1st, 2nd, 3rd quarter.
First down at the Patriots 47. And the penalty marker is down, and the pass is incomplete. Morgan, the intended receiver. Terry Hogue was down there.
That was an excellent throw by Ramsey. He showed the arm he has in.
Offside, defense.
And now the Patriots are getting all kinds of breaks. Offsides against the Eagles. It'll be 1st and 5. The Patriots have chalked up 11 first downs in this 4th quarter, trailing the Eagles by 7 points. Mike Golick has replaced Ken Clark at left tackle up front. 1st and 5. Collins tried to lunge for the ball. Tough pass to hold on to. Incomplete. Fouls was there. The clock stops with 1:40 remaining, and the Patriots again with 2 timeouts.
You can see what Philadelphia is saying. They're saying to the Patriots, you're not going to beat us with these wide receivers. You're going to have to beat us by throwing to your backs. And they're forcing that little 6- and 7-yard pass to the backs, in which Ramsey has been very patient in taking. But the problem is if the linebackers get too over-aggressive and frustrated, make a grab for the ball, they miss their guy and he goes all the way.
2nd and 5 at the Eagle 48. Ramsey up the middle to Pryor, and he's got it. Irving Pryor still going inside the 10. And a penalty marker is down. Stops the clock at 1:29. And more yards being stepped off. A 40-yard catch by Irving Pryor. A big play.
Face mask. 33 defense. What's that?
William Frizzell.
Unbelievable catch by Irving Pryor. As you can see, Ramsey finally saying, I'm going down deep. And he squeezes it in right into Pryor, who knew he was going to be hit that time. Takes the catch. Evan Cooper, 21, bangs him, then Pryor bounces off, and it's finally stopped.
1st and goal for the Patriots on the 4. Here's to Tupu. And Tupu gets to about the 3-yard line. Taking the tackle, Mike Pitts and Terry Hogue. And now the Patriots, the clock stops with 1:22 remaining.
Patriots thinking here is that we're going to score. We're going to have to throw the football, but we don't want to do it too soon and give the ball back to Cunningham.
An incompleted pass that time. Cedric Jones, who has caught several big ones today from Tom Ramsey. But you notice in the last 5 minutes or so, we haven't heard the crowd yelling for Doug Flutie at all, have we?
It doesn't take much to change the thinking of fans. If you go in there and you play poorly, they get on your case. If you play well, they love you. That's just the nature of the game.
There's the story. 3rd and goal at the 4. And, of course, the Patriots need a touchdown. Anything short of that doesn't work. 1:14 to go. They've got 2 downs to go for the 6th.
Ramsey not as mobile as Cunningham, more than likely will stand right where he is.
And the toss. Penalty marker down. Jones was interfered with by Roynell Young, and we may have a 1st and goal at the 1. Big break for the Patriots on 3rd down.
Number 43 defense. First down.
You can see Cedric Jones, 83, Roynell Young laying off on the inside, allowing Ramsey to throw the ball to the outside, interfered with his man before the ball got to him.
Tough pass to defend against the so-called fade on that play.
That's right, and if you notice the inside position, that tells everyone that this is my man. I've got him all over the field.
1st and goal at the 1. In motion goes to Tupu. And Ramsey runs it in for the touchdown. What a fantastic game here at Foxborough. Buddy Ryan's beside himself. The Patriots have scored 3 touchdowns in the last 8 minutes and 55 seconds and are within 1 point of tying this game. And Tony Franklin's foot will determine whether we'll have a knotted game. Ramsey will hold. 31 apiece. And Franklin is hurt and a marker down. He might have been roughed, and if so, they'll mark that off on the kickoff. Franklin is limping. Andre Waters stormed in on him. I don't know whether Waters... And the blocker pushed Waters in there, so no penalty, but the Patriots have come back in miraculous fashion. 3 quick scores to tie it up. Ray Berry's happy.
He has to be happy. Looked like this football team was dead. Tupu in motion, turns back to the inside. Ron Root, the right guard, 61, gives a lead block for Ramsey. This has the appearance of a run all the way. As you can look, though, you can see that Irving Fryers back in the corner of the end zone. It indeed had a run-pass option to it.
Here it is again. And as you see this touchdown, keep in mind that the Eagles still have 1 minute and 5 seconds left to try to break the deadlock, and all they need is 3 to do that, Terry.
And have certainly had the offense with Randall Cunningham, certainly with the ability to move their football team and put them in field goal position.
Franklin is still limping. He'll be kicking off. Alan Reed will be the deep man, and that's how fast the Patriots scored that time. 9 plays and 84 yards, but the Eagles will try to get in position for a game-winning field goal or better if they can. Alan Reed at the 12. And he dives beyond the 30-yard line. The clock stops with 1 minute to go. And if the Eagles cannot score, or the Patriots for that matter, in the next minute we will go into overtime. And it's Randall Cunningham who will try to get the necessary yardage to put McFadden in position for a 3-pointer or perhaps more.
You have to be concerned about Cunningham, and you say, gee whiz, we put this guy, gets away and makes big plays. We lay back, he gets the ball into his receivers. What do? How do you get the pressure on him and stop him?
Greg Garrity is in the ball game. He's at the bottom of your screen. First down at the 31. Cunningham Dumps it off to Tartalatazzi. He breaks one tackle, and Junior Tartalatazzi fights his way close to first down yardage at the 41. Jim Bowman on the stop. Didn't get out of bounds. The clock still runs. The Eagles with 2 timeouts, as do the Patriots, and now Philadelphia calls a timeout.
Tartalatazzi made a big mistake that time by trying to get that extra yard for the first down. He did not. He stayed in bounds, forcing the Eagles to call a timeout, something they could have saved and they need it later.
Wild game here in Foxborough as the New England Patriots looking to keep a share of first place in the AFC East. We saw that the Jets, who had the lead, come back and found themselves in a game of jeopardy with Cincinnati. They were tied. Buffalo has already won, beating Miami, and the Colts had a comfortable lead over Houston. Coming up next, the Giants and the Redskins on CBS. Terry, what a fourth quarter, and the Giants have already taken a 3-0 lead for Ramsey, 15-23 and 2 scores. But here's Cunningham, 2nd and 1 on the Eagle 40. Interception by Johnny Rembert. And now the Patriots have a chance to win. Johnny Rembert. These fans are going crazy at Sullivan Stadium. 33 seconds left.
Cunningham trying to set a pass up, sets in there, a lot of poise, goes to throw the ball, man's covered, pulls it up and throws again, does not see the backside. And there Johnny Rembert, number 52, is standing waiting to make a key interception and possibly give New England an opportunity to win this game.
And Tony Franklin, the former Philadelphia Eagle, who was shaken up on the last conversion, may be getting ready for a dramatic finish. 1st and 10, Patriots on the Eagle 38. They have 2 timeouts remaining. The pass is caught by Collins and goes out of bounds. Picked up only a couple on that play. Seth Joyner making the stop. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, you've got to ask yourself now, is Franklin okay? Can he kick? No one knows. Do we see it happen? The other thing is 2 yards. Sure, we'll let you have 2 yards, but they need to be picking up 4 and 5 yards on those passes and not 2 yards.
That's where they've got to go, but of course, to get up, set up for a field goal, they only need about 15 yards or so. 2nd and 9. Ramsey to Tupu. Inside the 30 and a first down. 20 seconds to go, and the Patriots need to call a timeout. They haven't called it, and they have 2 left. And now the clock stops with 14 seconds to go. And the Patriots now with 1 timeout left. They're at the 28-yard line of the Eagles.
Now, this is an excellent job. As you can see, Mossy catches the football, and now instead of trying to get out of bounds, he realizes we need yardage up the field. We have 2 timeouts remaining. I can go up, get 7-8 yards, get Franklin in position to kick the field goal, and we'll spend the timeout.
Tony Franklin right now would be attempting a 45-yard field goal from right now if the Patriots can't move. Here's the conversion earlier.
Look at the lower right part of your screen. As you can see coming in, Seth Joyner, 59, leaps from the far right. Whoever that is leaps over the man, rolls up Franklin's right leg. Looks like it's Andre Waters, 20, the strong safety for the Eagles, rolls up his leg, pins it, and of course we don't know whether or not he can kick.
He's still limping on the sidelines. Tony Franklin.
Hey, that's dramatic. So you got to limp. You know, set him up, make him feel you can't kick, and then go out there and kick it over that sign.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line with 14 seconds to go. Patriots don't have much margin here before they need to set up a 3-pointer. Ramsey going up the middle, and it's overthrown. Stanley Morgan, the receiver. Covering was Terry Ho. Let me ask you this, Terry. Do you think that there's a penalty marker down at the 35, and apparently it's against the Eagles? Personal foul.
Roughing the quarterback.
Buddy Ryan is enraged over that one in his fashion. And here comes Franklin with 9 seconds to go.
Well, a personal foul. Number 71 defense. First down.
That's the Eagles' 13th penalty of the game. 7 penalties in this fourth quarter. Hardly helping their cause. And now the Patriots, the ball is marked inside the 15, and Franklin will try to win it here. He is 1 for 2 today. He made one from 21 yards, missed from 43. This will be a 31-yard attempt. Guy Morris, the regular kick snapper, is out with an injury. Danny Villa is the center. 9 seconds to go to win. Franklin's kick is no good. The kick is no good. And with 5 seconds to go, the Eagles have a life. Tony Franklin missed from 31 yards out. The kick looks solid enough, but we'll never know whether it was the injury on the conversion that affected him. Who will know?
Well, he seems to be walking all right. This is just a bad hit. Hey, just a bad hit. Apparently he swings good at it. There's the ball. It's down. No problem there. The legs look fine. There's a swing through. He just pulls the ball to the left and misses.
I want to ask you about that snap. The ball was there, but it was kind of a high kick, and I wonder whether the high snap and the slow set to get the ball down might have upset Franklin.
Well, I didn't notice a hitch in his stop. When he started forward to kick the football, he continued on with it. Had the snap bothered him, he would have stopped and then restarted.
5 seconds remaining, and Franklin will say, I'll take this and go into overtime. Randall Cunningham uses up the final seconds, and we'll go into overtime here at Sullivan Stadium. Fans getting their money's worth today.
In the last 8 minutes, who would have imagined that the New England Patriots would have made 4 scores to win the football?
The deep man for the Patriots. And it's Fryer at the 19. Trying to get outside, and Fryer is dumped at the 34-yard line. Ty Allard making the stop. The Eagles' overtime record is 2 wins, 6 losses, and 2 ties. Losing record, but still better one than the Patriots. And Tom Ramsey with a brilliant fourth quarter for Tom Ramsey this afternoon. Threw for a 173 in the fourth quarter alone. Unbelievable.
And if you had to lean one way or another, I would have to say that right now the sink of the offense of the Patriots is far that of the Eagles. Ramsey has been hot. He's only been out of the lineup there just for a short moment. He's back in there ready to pull the trigger again.
Patriots on their own 34-yard line. Ramsey has time, and the pass is nearly intercepted by Gary Cobb. It was intended for Tony Collins, and Cobb nearly picked it off.
The success they've had throwing to their backs has actually been to the other side, with Mosi Tutupu going out on the right side making the catches. That time Ramsey elected to go to Collins out of the backfield on the left, well covered by Cobb.
2nd down and 10, and if there's no scoring after 15 minutes, the game will go in the books as a tie. First team that scores, however, will win. Ramsey has Collins, who's hit by Cobb at the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 for the Patriots.
2 finals, New York Jets 47, Cincinnati 20.
The Jets beat Cincinnati. Buffalo won, as to update you. So that's a final, by the way. The Jets win. So the Jets in Buffalo and Indianapolis will win. Will also go at 6 and 5. Miami losing at 5 and 6, and the swing team right now are the Patriots. 3rd down and 5 at the 39. Ramsey's pass is caught. Stephen Starling has a first down and out of bounds in Eagle territory at the 45 by Roynell Young. Good for 16.
Two things made this happen. Number one was Ramsey's ability to feel the heat and get outside, Dick. And the other thing was Starring coming inside, sees Ramsey going outside, stops, and goes back with Ramsey toward the sideline, wide open. See him come in? Now he goes back out. He has the advantage on the defensive back. In that case, it was Ronell Young, 43, the corner.
Patriots on the Eagle 45. A tough catch and picks up 7 or 8 yards. Elbert fouls on the stop. So once again, the Patriots, who got the ball in position for Franklin for a 31-yard attempt to try to win and couldn't, now have the ball at the 39-yard line of the Eagles.
Eagles are scared to death to blitz Ramsey. That's the reason these backs are coming out and catching the ball. They're putting their linebackers on them, and Buddy Ryan is not going to stop doing that. He's scared to blitz because he's afraid they'll give up the quick touchdown and cost him this game.
2nd and 4 at the Philadelphia 39. Ramsey and interception. Seth Joyner, penalty marker down, and Seth Joyner runs it back into Patriot territory, but there's the flag. And the penalty is against the Patriots and the Eagles on Seth Joyner's interception, the 3rd turnover by the Patriots.
Holding, 78 offense, penalty is declined, first down.
A 30-yard return.
Go to the well once too often. Sometimes it backfires. Ramsey throwing the football out in the flat. Once again, poorly thrown ball behind their intended receiver to Tupu. And there's Seth Joyner, the best athlete at linebacker that the Eagles have, makes a key interception.
So the Eagles now with the ball on the Patriot 32. First down. The first score will end it. Haddix tries the left side and gets nothing. Maybe a yard to the 30-yard line. And now the Eagles trying to get it in position for McFadden to try to win. Julius Adams, the 39-year-old veteran, and Kenneth Sims, both on the stop. McFadden has connected on 1 of 2 field goal tries. He made a 19-yard field goal but missed from 44 yards. 2nd down and 8 at the New England 30. Play action. Cunningham is squeezed and down back to the 35. That's not the way to get yourself in field goal position. Toby Williams with a big play with help from Jim Bowman. And Kenneth Sims is shaken up for the 2nd time in the game. Loss on the play of 4 yards.
This is the delayed fake bootleg where Cunningham comes out, fakes like he's handing the ball off to the back, hesitates just a second, and there's the little hesitation, and of course Toby Williams is right there. Toby makes the sack, but actually it was Keith Sims from the outside who forced Cunningham back up into Williams.
The Jets win. The Giants leading the Redskins 10-0. 3rd down and 13. Here's a blitz. Cunningham fires, knocked away by Lepet. Ronnie Lepet knocked the pass away from Garrity, and it was amazing how Cunningham was able to get it off against the pressure by Jim Bowman of the Patriots.
Bowman coming full speed on a safety blitz. He has to take a position at Cunningham and goes right at him. And what happens is he's going so fast that he can't stop. He can't change direction. All Cunningham does is take one step, gets out of his way, and then throws the football.
There's the play by Lepet. And it's 4th down, and Telchik will come in and punt. Fryer is back on the 10-yard line. There's Irving Fryer, so any chance of even a long field goal went by the boards on that sack. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down. Low snap. Bearcats called for by Fryer at the 12. They've been operating out of the shotgun almost exclusively in the 4th quarter and overtime. Ramsey on 1st down. Complete to Morgan. out of bounds, and a Patriot first down at the 24. Let's see where they mark it. Maybe shy by a yard. 11 yards. It is a first down.
7 defensive backs now in the game for the Eagles. This time they brought their safeties up to cover the backs out of the backfield. Ramsey saw it, and he went downtown to the deep sideline route, figuring that was his best chance.
First and 10 at the 24. Fryer near midfield. Another first down. Terry Hogue on the stop, 25 yards, and Irving Fryer slow getting up. 9-yard line. Stephen Starling to the top of your screen. And a whistle.
Will the clock operator please set the clock at 12 minutes and 10 seconds?
Clock shows 12:08, and the officials want the operator. First down at the 49. Ramsey pass nearly picked off. Roynell Young was there, and no receiver in the vicinity.
Stephen Starling coming across the middle, and actually Ramsey was trying to anticipate the area where he was going to be. He could have done that, but he threw the football too hard, too much velocity, and he went right past the reception area, and Starling couldn't get to it.
So the Colts win today. The Jets are successful, and Buffalo wins. They're 6-5. Miami drops to 5-6, and the Patriots hang in the balance. Second and 10 at the 49. 31-31. We're in overtime here in Foxborough in a thriller. Ramsey, no receivers open. Will run for it. He'll get the first down and gets to the 37-yard line. Cedric Brown on the stop, a gain of 15, and moving closer for perhaps a possible game winner for Tony Franklin.
Franklin warming up, getting ready to come in, but the real key has been the offensive line of the Patriots with that many passing attempts and going against guys like Reggie White. You've got to wonder whether or not they're in shape for this, and they certainly are doing a fine job now because the pass rush of the Eagles is non-existent. Too many passes.
First and 10 at the 36 of the Eagles. Patriots have never won an overtime game in 9 tries. Incomplete. He was going for Cedric Jones, and Andre Waters was defending. Second down and 10. Plenty of time in this overtime session. If no one does score, it goes in as a tie game. We have 11 minutes and 14 seconds in overtime.
You're not thinking touchdown pass here. As a quarterback, you're thinking, I see the 20-yard line. That's my end zone. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to be. I don't care about all that pretty painting stuff in the end zone. I want to get there and give my man another chance to win this game.
They're at the 36 of the Eagles. Tony Collins. And it's Terry Hogue. Terry Hogue, a former New Orleans Saint who had the tough assignment of replacing Wes Hopkins, their all-pro free safety. And a loss on the play. Bad area. Third down and 12. We need about 8 yards for a decent field goal try. And here's Hogue on a blitz. And the pass is caught and downed by Stephen Starling at the 29-yard line. Let's see if they call it complete. Apparently they do. It's fourth down and 2, and Tony Franklin. It's fourth and 2. Franklin getting set, but not yet in the game. His successful kick was 21. This is a 46-yard attempt to win it for the Patriots. And the kick is short. Franklin's kick is short, so Tony's had 2 opportunities to put this game in the win column for the Patriots. Play action, Cunningham. And the pass, Tony, the intended receiver, incomplete. Reynolds defending on the play. You know, it was interesting looking at Raymond Berry's reaction. He had a smile on his face, almost like, well, that's football. And it's interesting to see the difference in the intensity of a Raymond Berry who's
fear in their hearts for their lives to make them perform better.
2nd and 10. Cunningham has Spagnola. Spagnola has a first down out to the 45-yard line where Andre Tippett makes the stop. Pickup of 16 yards. Time remaining in overtime. Cunningham had completed only one of his last 5 with an interception before he connected that time with Spagnola. The Eagles were leading 31-10, but the Patriots scored 3 touchdowns within 9 minutes of the 4th quarter to send this game in overtime. Franklin missed the chance to win it with a field goal. He's missed the chance to win it with a 3-pointer here in OT. Tony off the right side, and Anthony Tony barrels his way inside the 40-yard line. Gain of 17 and a first down with 9 minutes remaining in OT. Julius Adams and Jim Bowman on the stop. And Anthony Tony has a career-high 110 yards today.
Catching Patriots off balance this time. The little pitch that we've seen earlier. Tony has done this extremely well. Going outside. Haddock's getting a good block, coming back in on Marion, and then cutting up inside. Plays that they've run very successful today.
McFadden's longest this year was 46 yards. Eagles with a first down on the Patriots 38. Diving is Haddox to the 35-yard line. They're at the 34. Tony cutting inside. And the Patriots almost stripped the ball out of Anthony Tony's hands as he is dropped at the 32-yard line by Fred Marion. Steve Nelson also in on the play. 7.5 minutes to go in the 15-minute overtime session. 31-31. The first team who scores will win. Paul McFadden waiting on the sideline just in case. His career long field goal, by the way, is 52 yards. 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 5. At the 32-yard line. What the Patriots are looking to do right now. The Colts have won, the Bills have won, and the Jets have won today. Those 3 teams are 6 and 5 and tied for first in the AFC East. Patriots would like to join the party. But 3rd down and 4 for the Eagles. Anthony Tony. He'll have the first down. Tony with a big first down for the Eagles at the 26-yard line. Steve Nelson on the tackle. So for a club that has had trouble running the ball, they have looked awfully impressive in doing that very thing today.
Well, the thing that they found out they can do is turn around and put Tony in the eye back and then pitch the ball to him, get his guards out front, and allow Tony the ability to either go outside with the floor of the guards or cut back against the grain. And what Tony's done is just that, outside, inside, and it's been very effective here today.
First down at the 26 for the Eagles. Tony tests the middle of the line. He gets a couple. Tony, by the way, with 121 yards rushing today. Keep in mind they made the move. Actually, the same tandem that started the season in Washington. Tony playing the running back position and Michael Haddox opening up at fullback. But the man of the hour could be Paul McFadden.
Well, I imagine it will be. If we see the Eagles here run the football, that indicates to me that what Buddy Ryan is doing is setting it up. We get the first down, great. We'll keep on driving. If not, then we're going to kick the field goal or make an attempt to do that.
2nd and 7 for the Eagles on the Patriot 23. 5:42 remaining in overtime. Tony down to the 21-yard line. It'll be third down now for the Eagles. Lawrence McGrew and Ed Reynolds on the stop.
One of the things as a quarterback you always hated to tell these guys in the huddle was hang on to the ball, don't fumble, don't give it back to them. And what happens? They think about it, they go out there, get one hit, boom, the ball falls on the ground. I always liked it in my hands to throw it or whatever, you know, and go ahead and kick a field goal and get out of here.
You saw Tardal Atazi come in the ball game as a possible receiver, and Tony comes out. There's McFadden. And McFadden's job, frankly, had been on the line. He missed the 39-yarder against the Giants. Buddy Ryan was very upset. He came back somewhat against the Cardinals last week. Third down and 6 at the 22. Cunningham overthrows his man, Mike Quick. Defended on the play by Ernest Gibson, and it's fourth down, and here's McFadden coming in. So if you want to get back in the good graces of Buddy Ryan, Paul McFadden, this is a big kick for you. He has missed 3 of his last 5 attempts in the last 3 games. He's made a 19-yarder in this game. This will be a 39-yard attempt with John Kelchick holding to try to win it for the Eagles. Game on the line. And the kick is no good. It's no good, off to the left. And the score stays tied at 31. Who wants to win this ball game?
Well, these kickers have certainly had the opportunity to be heroes today, and neither one of them has been able to cash in this overtime. Buddy Ryan watching, his reaction is, I don't want to quote what his reaction is, but his reaction is absolute frustration. Now watch McFadden. There's the kick.
He knew it right away.
Absolutely. You can see his head went down. As soon as his foot hit the ball, his head went down. He realized he had missed it to the left.
So the Patriots survived that one. And with 4:46 to go, have a first down on their 22-yard line. And running up the middle is Mosi Tatupu. It's Tatupu out to the 31-yard line, a pickup of 9. And now the Eagles claim it's a fumble. We'll wait for the official sign. And the Eagles have recovered. Mosi Tatupu coughed it up, and Philadelphia has the ball. Gary Cobb recovered the fumble. And believe it or not, the Eagles have another chance, and now Tom Ramsey and the Patriots are stunned.
Well, let's see if we can see what happens. Tatupu going up inside, an apparent hold there. McGrew coming around and stripping the ball, perhaps. Nope, there's the ball still in Tatupu's hands. And then the final hit, that is a fumble. Gary Cobb, that is. Actually, you're going to see Terry Hogue, the free safety, come up and deliver the blow that knocked the ball out of Tatupu's hands.
Gary Cobb with the fumble recovery, and now at the 30-yard line, the Eagles with the ball again. First down. Cunningham in trouble, but he has Spagnola. And Spagnola protects the football as he gets to the 25-yard line. Milford Hodge making the stop.
Outstanding job by Cunningham, once again eluding the pressure just before he goes down. Spots Spagnola and gets him the ball.
2 turnovers by the Patriots in the overtime period. And Paul McFadden, who missed a 39-yarder, may have another chance.
Well, his psychic absolutely shattered right now. Missed 3 of his, 3 of 6?
That's right, of the last couple of weeks. In fact, the combined field goal numbers are 2 of 7 for both kickers today. 2nd and 5 at the 25. Under 4 minutes remaining. Cunningham going for Quick, incomplete, and Ernest Gibson is with him all the way. It'll be third down. Terry, do you wonder now as a quarterback whether you might lose confidence in your kicker because he's missed a couple and now you want to get the touchdown to win it?
Exactly. You're exactly right. You're seeing now the ball being thrown to the end zone as Ryan is saying we can't count on McFadden. So now you're seeing deeper routes, deeper passes. That time Cunningham came out and he picked out one receiver and stayed with him when he had his man Jackson on the right side wide open with the same route in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Cunningham has completed 2 of 6 passes in overtime. Third down and 5 at the Patriot 25. there's Haddock. Michael Haddock does not have the first down, I don't believe. He is stopped at the 21, and an injured Patriot. Marion and Bowman made the stop. And Brent Williams may be shaken up for New England. There's Paul McFadden, who's 1 of 3 for today. Franklin is 1 for 4 today. And here comes McFadden. 4th down and 1. Well, the Eagles need a lot of help from a lot of people, but unless they win their games, they'll have no chance for a possible wild card. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Pelchik will hold. 2:58 on the clock. Eagles trying to win it again. And this kick is good, and that'll end it. And the Eagles come out to mob Paul McFadden, who finally makes good. And the Philadelphia Eagles, who saw a 3-touchdown lead dissolve in the last 10 minutes of this 4th quarter, and heartbreaking chances in overtime for both the Eagles and the Patriots. The final score is 34-31 Eagles. And so for Terry Bradshaw, this is Dick Stockton saying so long from Sullivan Stadium in Foxborough.